If it disagrees with experiment, it's wrong. And that simple statement is the key to science. It doesn't make a difference how beautiful your guess is. It doesn't make a difference how smart you are who made the guess or what his name is. If it disagrees with experiment, it's wrong.
Yeah, look, they said that I couldn't do it, so I went and did it. W's only, you know I've been winning. Top of the world, the globe is spinning. If you know, I've been on a what? Mission. Go. Okay, let's get it. Got a little time on my hands like a wristwatch. I don't got time for the brakes and the pit stop. Race through the gridlock, take it like Chris Rock. Right to the chin, still win. Heavy metals like Slipknot. Got the driving, I got tunnel vision. I just hit my stride the way I run the business. I've been making paper like I'm Dunder Mifflin. See the end game, I got one division. Look, I don't ever bother with a critic. Hit him with a chronicle of Riddick. Boom, bottle full of Ritalin. I hit him with a little bit of riddle me this, riddle me that. My bad, fell asleep at the gas. No time to wait though. Elon Musk, I'm trying to bankroll. New Tesla just cause I say so. Electric whip like Ivan Van Gogh. I just did it. W's only, you know I've been winning. Top of the world, the globe is spinning. If you know, I've been on a mission. Okay, let's get it.
I've been on a mission like totally spice. I'm a baddie, she bad, but she totally nice. Stil så blue and a toast like white. Det kom bli ni med charter, det så for my lag.
What is up, party people? All right, got a few things that I wanted to do today. I think Sea Lion Prime may show up. I'm not sure. Not sure what I'm going to do with the panel. I will most likely be jumping over to Discord in a few minutes. So if you are not part of the bunker, the link is in the description. I will get you verified over there as soon as I can. Obviously, I'm streaming, so it may take me a half a second longer than I want it to. But yeah, for the most part, I'll probably be doing the panel over at Discord. I'm already over there, just basically waiting to unmute myself and etc. But a few things are on the docket. Had a little interaction with our boy Arwen today. Let me see if I can find that. He in himself is a special guy, obviously, for any of you guys who got to enjoy that. He basically banned me today for telling him that oil isn't infinite. So that was entertaining, and I kind of wanted to play that so you guys could see what I got to deal with. But of course, I never have anything set up, so I'm doing it as we speak right now. For the most part, unfortunately, I have emailed. I messaged the director, the founder, the creator, I'm not sure what you would call him, the guy who is running the Flat Earth Conference in the Netherlands this weekend, tomorrow specifically, and he says they're not streaming it. And I don't think Craig Fight the Flat Earth is going to go. So I'm kind of disappointed in that. But I thought you guys would at least enjoy hearing Arwen rage out on me as he bans me. Gotta find it. Yeah, yeah. But besides that, the Duffy thing is going on. That's official. As you guys heard, I'm not sure if you guys heard that on MC Tunes when I was on there the other night. And oh, anyone that's out there that's listening that went over to Arwen's the next day, shout out to you guys. You guys are awesome. I woke up, went over to Arwen's stream yesterday, and where he normally has about 20, 25 people, I saw 68 people. Now, it'd be great if you guys share that link. Let everyone know I'm streaming so I can get that kind of views. That'd be fun. But hey, it's the Easter own. I thought it was interesting and fun. Typically, I try not to piss Arwen off, but for most of you guys who've been listening to me for a while, I do a lot of conversations and talks about oil, geoengineering, weather modification, all those things. And oil and how they get that oil is one of my researches. And I get triggered. I don't know why I do it, but I get triggered, and I always feel the need to basically, how do you say this? Correct complete BS. So, oh, there it is. Found it. Okay, so I will make this bigger. And you guys enjoy. Hang on, I gotta do this real quick, and then the audio.
Just pumps oil again. Right? And if you don't, it'll just start oozing out of the ground, which is how it started. Oozing out of the ground. Yeah, that's very cute. Yeah, I'm sure they're using CO2 to hurry up the thing. To get it out quicker. Yeah, it's all about production. So if they could do that early, then they could like rush it. Make sure that more comes out of it. There's also plenty of oil well owners that have like abandoned their oil well, and then like their sons come back as an adult, having taken over the business, check out the old oil well, and guess what? It's fully filled up. Yeah? No CO2 pumping. Yeah, that didn't even exist back then. Wow. You really made an effort just to prove it wrong, didn't you? Oh, yes. Yeah, well, maybe I overshot it. Maybe there are some drain oil wells for sale. I don't know. I just know there's plenty of people that would, on video, explain they refill. It's not a finite resource. And those were people that were in the oil business, seen the videos, like on camera, them telling you. So I'm gonna go with that. Yeah, and you can think about it whatever the fuck you want, but I know one thing for sure: the oil is not gonna run out ever. And I don't give a fuck what it is that you believe, Shanji. I don't give a fuck. Oil is never, ever going to run out. Not in 100 million years. Yeah, I know, Steamy Travel. He's talking about fracking, right? Fracking is just hurried up shit. Oh, go fuck yourself, bitch. More people insist on getting banned. That's cool. Exactly, Steamy. So, yeah, fracking exists. I know, Shanji, fracking exists. I know it exists. I know fracking exists. I know what they do. Yeah? But Without fracking, oil wells also are known to refill themselves. Yeah. And we don't care. Now shut the fuck up or you're banned. Yeah, go make your fucking little retard video about it and go fuck yourself. Not a video will be a stream. I don't care. I don't care what the fuck you're gonna make. Shut the fuck up. Stop whining or I'm kicking you out. LOL? Yeah, LOL. Bye. Bye, fuckwit. Now you're banned. And you too. You can all go fuck yourselves. I don't care what the fuck it is you think. I don't care how it reflects on me. You can all go fuck yourself. Jump off a fucking building, bitch. Go fuck yourself. Yeah? And nothing will reflect on anything. It doesn't matter what the fuck I do here, if I get angry or not. It has no consequences, you got it, you fucking retards! It has no consequences. Your shitty talking back to me, your attitude, your remarks have no consequence whatsoever. Cunts! Yeah? You are insignificant. What you have to say does not matter to anything. Go fuck yourselves. Got it, bitch? Oil is infinite. And I don't care if you don't believe it, if you're gonna struggle against it, if you're gonna try to prove it wrong. I know what it is. And I don't care what you have to say about it. So fuck off. Go make your little retard live stream video or whatever the fuck you want to do with it. Yeah, go squirt yourself silly. I don't care. Oil is infinite. And you can all go fuck yourself if you don't want to believe it. Right. And now I'm gonna round out the show. So, thanks everyone for coming. I hope you liked this show. If you did, then please don't forget to Rogan's it up. And if you haven't already, subscribe to my channel and hit the bell notification so you know when I'm going live, which is normally 2 p.m. Amsterdam time every day. And please also do support me through the PayPal, Patreon, or the Gifts and Go. Links are in the description box below. And if you don't, well, go fuck yourself, yeah? If you're gonna bluff that you're gonna support me and then not do it, you're banned and you're a fucking asshole. Yeah? So, I'll be back tomorrow, or not tomorrow, in 2 days, Sunday the 29th.
So that was our boy Arwen who banned me finally. I got banned. That was the first, actually. That was, what's up, Unifi? Welcome, my friend. Yeah, he's a special one. That was the first time in years that I've actually gotten kicked. Because I usually try not to say anything because you can get kicked for anything. And what's up, QNFE? If anyone's not subscribed to QNFE, please go subscribe to him. Now here's the thing. He is a flat earther. And you guys will not agree on shit, I promise. But he does something that I have absolutely respect for. Nothing but respect for. He calls out bullshit. 90% of his videos are just calling out flat earthers and their bullshit. So to you, QNFE, respect, my friend. I definitely enjoy your uploads. They're quite funny. I enjoy them. Yeah, so like I said earlier, Arwen is speaking at the conference. The conference is not going to be live streamed. So I'm going to put this out there. And it's only to one person only. if you live near this fucking conference, because you got to live near it, I'm not paying for you to get there. I will pay for your ticket so you can record it or live stream it. So if you know anyone that lives in the Netherlands is willing to do this, they have a free ticket for this. Because one, what it will do is it will be the only content of Arwen doing this. Because it won't be recorded. And I don't know if that Franz guy is going to upload it. So anyone near Netherlands that can get there, I will pay for your ticket. All you got to do is hit me up. Let me know. I will start talking in emails, DMs, doesn't matter. I will get your information and I will send you the money for the ticket. So that's out there. Let everyone know because this is extremely important to me. I don't want to miss it. Hey, Lauren, how you doing? Welcome. But yeah, that was the experience I had with Arwen this morning. Let me see here. I'm going to look over at Discord. I'm not sure if I'm going to go over there yet. No one's over there. But I will open the panel. I'm going to open this panel for a second, see how this goes. Run it for a little bit, and if it doesn't build up, then we'll go over to Discord where I know it will. So this will be the link. You guys can join me. I think what we'll do... What's up, Davros? It's been a long time, my friend. I think what we'll do is we can also... I kind of planned on doing it, but reviewing the debate from the other night. If any of you guys watched that debate, I will be in full admittance to the negative in which I ensued on it. I would say the first hour of it, really enjoyable. Really shows the point I'm trying to get across. Really shows that Sea Prime's idea of what he was talking about was minuscule. And then the other half, it turned into a complete shit show. And I'll say this right off the bat. I get triggered by ego warriors. I get triggered by people who want to flex their smarts at me. To me, especially in these conversations that we generally have on a regular basis, what he's trying to explain isn't going to get through to anybody. I know that because I have a basic understanding of it. And rather than explain something to me that I didn't understand, he wanted to keep explaining it in a way that showed that I didn't understand it. Ego flexing. So in that case, I know I did well in that because he conceded at least 6 times to my point. And then everything after that was just him playing his game. I don't know if he was playing games. I'm not going to say he's playing games because he's told me in the background that he was not playing games, that that's just his style of debating. And again, shout out to Demon Stride who moderated it, did a job. Who I talked to after. It's in the live stream at the very end. And we kind of went over, the reasons it got to where it did, whether or not my points got across. And I ultimately think they did. I don't have any doubt in my mind that I got what I was trying to say in the very beginning out. But ultimately, for him, I don't think he really got the point. I don't think it was very clear at the very end of the debate that, one, they had a preconceived notion of what I meant by faith. They had a preconceived notion about my opinion about what was going to happen or what happens in science and how we explain these things. And again, I'll preface this off the bat. I believe general relativity is real. I believe it's useful. It works. It's a whole nine. But the idea of the situation is this. Everyone in this community, everyone that has these discussions about flat earth, science, it doesn't matter. Just science in general, because that's what we ended up being talked about. Everyone that's talking here, and I've said this 1,000 times, you are basing 99% of your arguments on faith. And I understand that. I do it as well. It's not an argument of whether or not I do it. It's just I want a full acknowledgement that unless you're the Blue Marble Sciences, unless you're fucking Dr. Bob, unless you're Jesse, unless you're fucking Soundly, shit, unless you're Chris Berry, unless you're Brian Leakey, because these are people that I know, right or wrong, put their time aside to figure it out, to try to show what they're thinking, try to show what they're explaining. So to the people that use general relativity but couldn't fucking explain Newton and how to drop a lighter and how gravitation is experienced and how it is affects everything, and then go on to the situation of what is actually tangible, what is can be verified, what can be falsified. It was a big issue that we had in this conversation. It's this realization, motherfuckers, you are arguing in faith. I'll say this one more time, and I had to say this 1,000 times. Motherfuckers, when I say faith, I'm not talking about a religious faith. It's not my fault if you're hung up on fucking titles, because the funny part is it was a bunch of Globers hung up on the title because it said general relativity, or general religion instead of general relativity. So they were so hung up on the fact that they assumed I was trying to say it was some type of spiritual faith, that was their whole fucking argument. And if you listen to the debate, that's exactly what the fuck you're going to see. You're going to see you're going to see a grown man, because I'm not going to lie. What I'm talking about was in the chat and what I was dealing with. But Sea Lion Prime, that whole debate, all he did was assume I thought I was talking about a spiritual faith. Even though for 4 days prior, leading up to it, I had made it very clear this was not a spiritual faith that I was talking about. I read out the definition, and I've had this conversation 3 times now after the debate. So I had it with Sea Lion Prime, I had it with Omni, and then I had it with Totoro. And again, I will say this, of the 3, Totoro is the only one who will push back on what I say, but be honest about the reality of the conversation. Because when we were talking about... in the debate, we ended up getting stuck on Hawkins radiation because he wanted to play ego smarts and talk about some Lorentz bullshit. What ends up happening is this. I'm trying to convey that what is being conveyed to us through general relativity and what is used beyond that is based on faith. When I say it's based on faith, this is exactly what I mean. What up, Chris? I saw you, and I saw your 17 hellos when I was at MC2, and I did appreciate it, my friend. Okay, so when you're talking about a black hole, this is very simple. When you're talking about a black hole, what we can observe, visually test, right, and do all these things, including math, all that math stuff matters too. What ends up happening is this. You get to the event horizon. Light reaches event horizon, and that everything from beyond that becomes a concept. It becomes a, if we could, it would be. And that alone, in my opinion, is faith. Your math may work it all out. I brought up in the debate that there is a mathematical equation for teleportation. Beam me up, Scotty. And so I asked, does that make it real? Because Hawkins radiation, so you guys understand, is derived upon a mathematical calculation. A mathematical prediction in which we can't visually test, verify, or falsify, etc. So at that point, it's based on faith. It's not based on God faith. Get that out of your heads. It's not what I'm talking about. No need for that. And that was the frustrating part, because there's no need to play these games if I say it over and over again. You're right, Davros. It absolutely becomes an unknown. And because it becomes an unknown, everything that derives from it, with it, is based on the faith that all the science prior to it is correct. Is based on the faith that the person that did the calculations, and this is based on, for like you and I, the people that did the calculations did it correctly. And because what we do is we come on here and we see that information, and then we preach it on faith. And that's just the reality of it. Now, the reason it's not spiritual faith, and it is faith, is because even with faith, so let's put it this way. I have faith and Feynman, Richard Feynman. I have a lot of faith that the work he did was correct. I know that it's faith because at no point am I going to be able to take my little pad of paper, pen and paper, think about a particle, and then break it down into a diagram which I could show you guys to understand it a little bit. So I have to take his information that I am learning to understand and take it for faith. That's just the fucking reality of it. But yeah, hang on. My headphones just did something weird. Give me a half a second. And until you realize that aspect of it is why flat earthers, science deniers, alternative thinkers like myself will always have pushback. Will always have an argument for what you think is 100%. And I know you'll now say, science isn't 100%. It doesn't prove anything. And that's the point I'm trying to make. Because even science has faith that everything up until this time is as they think it is to come up with the predictions that they have. That's why we have predictions, motherfuckers. Predictions and verified predictions is what takes the hypothesis and these theories that cannot be tested or observed or falsified and does verify them. It takes them out of the faith game. Because remember this, guys. They were talking about fucking black holes and shit before we had telescopes that could do fucking in-depth event horizon observations. So what Einstein was saying was in faith that the math and the observations prior to him were correct to come up with this prediction or hypothesis for that matter. That's faith. I know you guys don't like that word. Everyone hates faith. But just remember, and this was brought up in the debate, there are many ways of interpreting faith. So just read the most clarifying one. The one that is simple, gets right to the fucking point. It doesn't need to be a big semantic game of which faith. It's faith. That's the word I'm looking at. If I go to the dictionary right now, the little Google dictionary, simple search, it's the first definition I read. Complete trust. And here's where the problem is. Everyone that debates with flat earthers or science deniers or alternative thinkers or like-minded people that just don't think the same way you do about the exact same thing they trust. You need to listen to the other people's arguments. Because if you want to sound smart, you got to at least respond to what people are saying. Because when I read this, it's very clear to me that this is not spiritual faith. I understand there is a spiritual faith. I understand that there are other aspects of faith in which they can be used to come across in context. But this one is very simple. It's the very first definition when you put in faith, not spiritual faith, not scientific faith, not imaginary unicorns faith. It's just faith. And every time I've ever Googled this is the first definition that comes up. Complete trust. Listen. Complete trust or. It's not complete trust and, it's complete trust or. Confidence in someone or something. The second part of that definition is all of you fuckers that assumed, or I'm sorry, I kind of jumped. It's to all you fuckers that when you have these conversations, you pretend you don't have faith in the information you're talking about. And I made it very clear. There are a handful of people that I named that do not do this. That I can confidently say, or no wait, they do have faith. Every one of us has faith when it comes to these conversations because there's a lot can't do. But there's a lot of these handful of people that I named earlier that I can honestly say I've heard them have these conversations, and when they talk about it, it is not based in any kind of faith. When Dr. Bob is talking about the measurements he's made for curvature, he is not depending on any faith. It's not even faith on his equipment, because if he calibrates it, he knows it's calibrated and he's not hoping it's calibrated. So Dr. Bob, when he makes his measurements, there is no faith involved in what he's doing. It's not even faith that he knows that he's doing it correctly. Why? Because if he doesn't do it correctly, when he does his numbers, it's not going to come out correctly. The numbers won't add up. Nothing will add up. It will be obvious. Faith regardless. When Blue Marble Science is talking about Cavendish, he's not basing it on faith that he understands it. He's not basing it on faith that, what's-his-face did it right. No, the motherfucker got up, went in his garage, and built a motherfucking Cavendish. And then didn't just build a replica that just looked like a Cavendish. The motherfucker used it, tested it, measured, and did the Cavendish test. There is no faith. Because if he did it wrong, his numbers would be skewed. And luckily, there's a number he gets to go and compare it to. So he knows right away if his faith prior to doing it was correct, and if how he built it and measures is correct or not. It's very simple. Faith is not a very hard thing to understand. It's not something that you guys need to just be like, oh, it's talking about God. Not. And I guarantee you, if I have this conversation in the next few days, I promise you, even someone who's listening to this now and hears me say this will still act as if I say faith and I mean God. And to me, that's sad. That's real sad. My apologies, guys. I wasn't ignoring the chat. Chris says you can't see math existing out in the universe. You can only see math on paper and on the screen. Exactly. Davro says math is in nature. Everything has a pairing or a singularity that maths. Okay, no, math is not of nature. We have conceptualized this thing we call math to understand and identify things in our terms. 2 ants or a ant colony doesn't give a fuck about math. It does not count its members. It doesn't count. It doesn't need equations to come up with anything. Math is not nature. Math is us. We have made math to explain nature in a quantitative fashion. It's very simple. All right, let me scroll down a little bit more. Okay, you guys. I think it's funny when Kunafi says piece of shit all the time. It's funny as hell. What's up, Big Blue? How you doing, sir? Trust does not necessarily imply complete. You're correct. Does not. General trust. Faith is defined as a confidence or trust in a person, thing, or concept, often without requiring proof. Exactly. So if someone in the situation of what we were talking about is talking about black holes, talking about science that goes beyond just the observation of a black hole, would fall under those lines. Hawkins radiation, which is a derived mathematical equation yet to be observed. Yet, it's literally something that is used in science as if it were true without proof. It's a concept, exactly like you said. It's very simple. It's why when you get pushback from something that minuscule, like when a debate, so this debate lasted 3.5 hours, and within the first hour, he had began the semantic game of realizing he was in a bad spot and just not wanting to concede. Because again, by hour 2.5, we were playing the semantic game of what faith I was talking about. And I'm pretty sure everyone here, after I read this definition, complete trust or confidence in someone or something. Again, they wanted to play the term game, the context game. Well, what if in that definition it's trying to refer to as politicians? Same thing. You have faith your politician's going to do what they say without any proof. See how that works? It's a very simple game. And the second you guys get, when I say you guys, I'm talking about you ego flexors. The second you guys get tongue-tied or realize you're in that corner, then you start playing games, you start calling names, you start flexing your brains, and realistically, you don't get anywhere. You don't get anywhere at all. I know you don't get anywhere because I've been dealing with you fuckers for 10 years. It's just the way it is. It's how it works. The ones that I've had conversations with that are very honest, and when I say very honest, I mean, if I don't know, they say I don't know. If there is at some point a change of thought or realization that explanation wasn't good, they fix it. There's a thousand ways to see someone who's having a honest conversation. Now, the big word is, bad faith. And I don't think bad faith is something that has to happen. I don't think it is something that is always planned. I think some people can kind of get pushed into it or do it without even knowing it. And that was another aspect of this debate. Him and then people that I talked to after the debate kept trying to make it seem as if I was playing a game or had a tactic. And I think it was called sophistry or some shit like that. And the realization is this is the problem. This is why the whole conversation even started. Guys, I'm dumb, right? Believe it or not. Surprise. So when I have these conversations, the simplest explanation is going to help me the most. And which entail means when I talk about things, my explanations are pretty layman. I don't really delve into the stuff that is so overly complicated that I won't understand it and then try to explain it because then I sound ridiculous. AE, ego warriors. And again, if you don't know a topic, say you don't know. Then don't use it as a defense. It sounds weird. It makes it look weird. And instead of having an hour and a half long debate that goes from point A to point B conclusion, we ended up having a 3.5 hour debate where 2 hours of it was literally you just calling me names and trying to make it seem as if my definition of faith had mysteriously became a religious faith, like I had ever said it. So this is just like a PSA to all you Globers and or anybody, anybody who debates. Listen, make sure you hear what they're fucking saying. Stop trying to fucking wait until you can hear yourself talk, and sure as hell understand that a lot of the information you're going to provide is based on faith. If you don't like it, get out of the fucking kitchen. That's just reality. But yeah, that was because I brought that up mainly because my buddy here, QNFE, had brought up in the chat or in the comments for that debate. He was saying, he's like, hats off to you for keeping your cool with someone that was acting that way. And I guess he hadn't got to the part where I did get triggered. But I like it because it's a good whiteboard for the fact of how it actually works. You will see how I am a very reactive person. I give what is given. So if you come at me chill, you come at me at all, like, in a disrespectful tone or a manner, I'm gonna give it to you probably 2 times full because I'm no one's gonna ever. It doesn't work that way with me. It just doesn't. So the second you see me get triggered in that debate, I want you to go back 30 seconds. You don't have to go back far. Just go back 30 seconds. And listen to what happens that made me get triggered. And you'll see that when I get triggered, I don't just get triggered. And I sure as hell don't get triggered when I feel I'm wrong. Because when I feel I'm wrong, I want to know why. So all I do, and this is a wonderful tactic you guys should remember in a debate discussion with a debate title. The person who asks the most questions is going to put themselves in the least amount of holes. So if you watch the debate, I want you to notice something. I only tell him something is a certain way when he starts misconstruing it or misrepresenting. But for 90% of that debate, I am asking questions. The reason I'm asking questions is so when an hour goes by in that debate, I'm not the one that's digging myself out of a hole, which he clearly did. You'll see right away. He's clearly digging himself out of a hole. And anytime there was a chance to go, well, this is why I am saying this, it would go to some other BS that he wanted to push it to rather than topic at hand. All right, let me get back to the chat. Chris says the biblical definition for faith, as stated in Hebrew 11:1, is the, I can't even see it, assurance of things hoped for, the conviction of things not seen, which combines with the intelligible assess of truth. See, I don't think that fits with science, because it's not about a conviction. It's not about the assurance, because science isn't sure as shit. A lot of people here play that game. I can see, and that would be a good reason for why this idea that it could possibly be like a religion, like, a lot of people say it's a religion. I think the big part of that let me move my chat. I don't know why I had to do that. It was aggravating me. The big part of that is for that reason, because there is this thing where it's like, you have an argument with someone who doesn't understand it or says it's not real. Like I had, kind of had with Arwen. What's up, Sea Lion? The link is in the panel. If you want to jump on, we can discuss what happened. We can replay it if you like. I got time. But more importantly, I completely lost track of what I was saying. Thanks, Sea Lion. When you talked, or when I had the thing with Erwin earlier, it's one of those situations where if you're going to talk to someone that is going to just auto deny stuff, you either know what's going to happen, right? Or you're going to play to it. And if you can't play to it, don't have it. Don't have it at all. I'm not going to bring up oil with him again. I'm not going to have a debate with Sea Lion Prime about this again. We can discuss it, that's for sure. But, And just so everyone knows, I am still thinking about going over. I was thinking about going over to Discord, but as long as LaeL's in my VC, I'm not going over there. I refuse. LaeL's too annoying. All right. I completely lost track of what I was saying, so I will scroll down the chat. CUNY says, according to Team Flatzoid, the Bible is Mandela affected, and can be totally different than 500 years ago. Yeah, that Flatzoid group is an odd bunch. Good morning, sir. You are muted. You're muted.
I'm in a command center and 2 streams at the same time, so.
And for everyone to see, we are still cool. See that?
And I'm wearing a different shirt.
And he's wearing a different shirt. No, you wore a different shirt for the
Although
debate. We're proud of you.
It is the same shirt that I wore for the debate with Alan and Shane, though. So
it's okay. You can have. You just need 4 shirts, so you can have more than Arwen.
Yeah, that's true.
What's up, Demon Stride?
What's going on, folks?
Oh, before we start, hang on. Before we start, Demon Stride, did you see my message? Did you see what I did?
Yeah, I did.
I'm so upset that happened. Beyond upset. So everyone understands I got a drone, and I've been playing these what can I do with it games. And yesterday, I took it up to 25. Yesterday, I allegedly took it up to 2,500 feet and recorded it. The problem I have is that I take my SD card, I put it in my computer. I have a file on my external drive so that everything on my card I can put on to the file. Well, I don't pay attention much because I'm not smart, but I didn't notice that every time I did it, it just said copy. It didn't actually fucking move the file. So last night, I'm cleaning my SD card because it was getting kind of full, and I'm swapping things over to my external drive file, and I'm happy. And I start deleting. I get on Discord, I'm like, hey, Demon Stride, and mind you guys, I'm boasting. This is me going ha ha ha, and I go, hey, Demon Stride, you want to watch the 2,500 feet? And he's like, after this, and he's like, yep. I see him over at his server, and I'm like, I jump in the server, and I'm like, it's time, 2,500 feet. I go to my files to find it. It's gone. Realized that every time I was deleting stuff off my card, I was deleting the copied files off the external drive. Demon Stride, I lost half of the stuff you saw already. All like pictures, the whole nine. It's ridiculous. And then
That sucks.
if I don't change the name on the files, so it'd be like blah 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 38, and then I put it in my drone file, and then I delete it, and then something else comes across because sometimes it doesn't delete it, but this time it did. And then then I come up with picture 38 again. I can't move it because it still sees a 38, so it just keeps repeating the files.
Yeah.
It's very irritating.
Sean gets a drone, and the first thing he does is, let me see how I can break the law, allegedly.
Allegedly, hypothetically.
Sound is good.
QNFE says I could recover them, but man, I literally taught myself how to use this thing years ago, and then I stopped at start stream. Okay, my bad, Sea Lion. How you doing, sir? Oh, dude, why do you got to do that? Why do you have to change your name? I don't like that.
Well, you don't like that my name is Lens Stirring Fetish?
Yeah, from now on, it's Lens Stirring Feminist is from now on what it is.
Sean, change your name to Ipsy Dick Tit.
If you say that word one time, I will boot your ass out of here. And we will go.
You said it wrong.
And we will go. And we will go on a not friend for one day situation. Matter of fact, I want you to
fetishist, not feminist. Fetishist.
No. I can read. I said it how I wanted to. Just like you call general. Huh?
If you prefer it that way, I minored in feminism in college, so.
Go fucking figure. Why would you do that? What does a man do majoring in feminist?
Well,
is that feminist? Is that not anti-feminist of me to assume you can't be a feminist? Is that how that works?
Yeah, bro. How dare you?
Okay.
No,
hang on.
Modern
feminist. Hang on. You guys can't see it, but whoever just joined this panel, wait, no, you're not. LaeL, go away. Leave, LaeL. Go away now. Exit StreamYard. Leave the studio. Hit that button. I will not let you on. It's not going to happen. Not going to happen, LaeL. LaeL just strives to irritate me. It's so weird. Okay.
He just plays advocate all the time.
Well, here's the thing. Do you know about the stalker story?
I'm brand new. I don't know any of the tea on anything.
I'm going to tell everyone why I don't hate LaeL. LaeL's a good guy. All in all, he's a good guy. But I don't like LaeL. I don't like him at all. Here's why. 7 years ago, 7 years ago, one of the two, I was on Discord, and what I used to do is I'd listen to the shit show by turning it on, putting my phone down, and doing whatever, laying down, the whole nine. So sometimes you fall asleep listening to Discord. It happens. Well, one night about 2-3 o'clock in the morning, I was awoken to something. It was a person whispering my name. Hi, Sean. Over and over again. And it was LaeL. It made me feel violated. I felt like I was being stalked. So now every fucking time LaeL sees me somewhere, it doesn't even matter. I'm not sure if you noticed he did it yesterday when MC Toon was in your server. Yeah, he jumped in, and for a moment, I think he got muted or someone talked over him. But he was in transition to say, hi, Sean. He'll do it anywhere. It doesn't matter what's going on. The President of the United States could be talking in one of our panels. That fucker would jump on just to say, hi, Sean.
That's so fucking funny, dude.
Yeah, so he's my internet stalker.
Nathan Oakley, wasn't it?
Yes. Yes.
That's the guy you put up.
Good.
Is that Discord?
Yeah.
Can you make it so they can hear us?
Sounded like it.
I don't know. I'm on Bev's stream at the moment,
Oh, yuck. Yuck.
but they're just beving, and it's fucking insufferable.
I gotta talk to Terry so you can show me how to do that, because that'd be amazing. Because that you could link this panel with Discord panels, the Discord VCs. It's pretty badass.
Yeah.
Because I think I was going to go to Discord today, for the rest of the stream, but I figured if we're gonna have the conversation about the debate or anything around it, it'd be fine here. Discord would be better if I wanted to let a lot of people in.
Yeah. Oh, real quick, Sean, before we get to the debate, before I forget, because I'm scatterbrained. The Antarctica guy?
Yes.
He is good to go. He says he's very interested to talk to people.
All right.
They're to contact him. And second is the guy that has ordered products and taken courses from Flat Earth University.
Oh, so he's willing to do it?
He seems to be willing to talk. He's going to be available later on. So I'm going to try to get him to come in later and talk to him, but maybe he can come on your panel later this week. Yeah. He's kind of a weird case. He hangs out with the Aether Boys, but I don't know what he is, if he's a Glober or not. He has he plays Link, but he
what's his name?
Hangs out on Aether Technology, and they like him. Eric E.
I know exactly who you're talking about. I don't know what he is either. I've heard him have conversations.
Yeah, he posted a bunch of stuff on gyroscopes in my server earlier. Like gyroscopes and 15-degree per hour drift. So that's like a cardinal sin for a flat earther. So, but the Ether Boys say it's all ether wind, so it's not really a cardinal sin for them to talk about that.
That's so weird. I can't handle. Shane's another person I can't have a conversation with. That's impossible. Impossible. You guys are crazy. I don't know why you guys talk to him. Oh, yeah, I remember. Because you're new and you love it. He loves this shit. He's a
masochist.
He loves it. You guys don't even know. I get DMs all day long. He's like, I did this.
Bro, Sean, I talked to Gregory for over 3 hours. All right.
Why? Why do you do that? Why talk to you for 3 hours?
I had to listen to that for 3 hours.
Dude, that was awful. It was so bad, Sean, that nobody at Earth Awakenings even tried to give him the win for the flat Earth side.
Oh yeah, that happens quite a bit. Well, he's not. I know who he is. I've talked to him. I've maybe talked to him twice, but I've known him around. I know who he is for a long time. He's not a good person. He's like one of those people that when they get triggered, all the vile in them spews out, and it just doesn't stop. Yeah. So yeah, he's another one I stay clear of. I should do that. I should just make a list of flat earthers and alternative thinkers never to talk to. Put them on a watch list.
No.
Yeah. Fucking Johnny B will be on that shit.
God, Bev's stream just looks awful.
Say again?
Bev's stream is just awful. It looks so bad.
Yeah, it's just chaos.
There's random shit everywhere. It's just he has this tiny on his Discord.
It's like this. It's like you go on. You go into your OBS. I'll show you how he does it. You go into OBS, and you just turn everything on. Everything you can think of, all at the same time, and it all makes sense then. And that way, no one is the wiser. So all you have is just chaos all over your fucking screen. You can't see it, but I got everything turned on.
Yeah.
So everything just starts popping up all over my screen. Okay. I think we've held this off long enough. We can discuss what happened during that debate.
Yeah.
But before we start, I want to ask you a simple question.
Okay.
When I say faith, do you know I'm not talking about spiritual faith?
Yes, Sean.
Okay. Yeah, we're good. That's the only issue, because other than that, I think we're all in the understanding that we all run this game of faith.
I mean, I haven't personally verified the things that I believe to be reality,
Mm-hmm.
and that you could call that a form of faith. It just has a connotation that is bad.
That was weird how you said that. Say it again.
You could call that a form of faith.
No. I would call that.
See how I removed myself from the word?
I would.
That was odd. I didn't think about that. I automatically, when I said that sentence, it was like, here's the word. I would
call that faith. Because when you say form of faith, it's almost like you're leaving it open for the interpretation. I'm very strict on my definition of faith. I'm not religious, so that's definitely not that one.
Yeah.
But yeah, and that's the thing. Earlier I named out a handful of people. You're new, so maybe in time you'll be one of these people. But I named a handful of people that I could confidently say, with faith, see what I did there, that there are aspects of these conversations they use not based on faith.
Yeah.
So Dr. Bob, Jesse, Blue Marble, the guys that have put their hands on science and showed us hands-on science, tested, etc. That's an example of the conversation being had here, where there is no faith based in their arguments.
Correct. I would say that that's true up to the faith that their instruments aren't engineered to lie to them or something. Which
that's what
Jesse could take part of the light and put it back together and determine that for himself.
But that's what calibration is. Calibration does the verification, and at that point there is no faith that your machine works. Faith your machine works is if you put it in the closet, pick it up, and then turn it on after 10 years. You have faith it's going to work. It may not, but you have no proof it's going to because it's been sitting in a closet. Blah 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 blah. You don't know if it's going to be accurate because it hasn't been calibrated. But there are ways to elude faith from any conversation. There's some of us can't do it, especially for the context of what we're talking about. But again, it's not a bad thing. It's just acknowledge it. That's it. Makes life easier.
Do you have any highlight reels of the debate to go over?
I don't. I would just hit the link, hit my YouTube channel link, and pull it up. Unless you have some. Did you find some? Everybody, stop.
Didn't have time yet.
Stop. Thank you, Sea Lion Prime. I absolutely appreciate the super chat. He says, "Hi, Sean. Fuck you." I fucking hate you so much. Oh, that would be so creepy if you weren't on the panel and I didn't know who you were, but then you did that anyway. Because I can see LaeL typing somewhere and it's not here, and I can see him where he is. So it's just weird. Why you gotta be so weird, LaeL? God damn it.
He's an interesting character.
He is. And I don't hate him. I don't hate him at all. I like the guy. I just like him
from
a distance. He is... I'm going to leave that one alone. I was going to say something. It would have been a nice thing to say, but I think it would have generalized and offended a lot of people.
Yeah, fair enough.
Time out. LaeL has sock accounts. I just fucking realized it. It took me that long to realize LaeL has a sock account. Chris is fucking Chris LaeL. Fuck. Fucker got me. That fucker was on MC Tune. He got MC Tune to fucking say, "What's up, Sean?" to me.
Got him.
Wow. Kudos to you, Chris. Kudos. 6 and 7 did not catch on quick. Holy crap.
It's all right, Sean.
It's not okay. That's how people get killed, Sea Lion. Think about it. No. I have a stalker. No one believes me. I get comfortable. I go outside. boom, stalker gets me. That's what's happening right now. I got complacent. That would have never happened before our debate.
Yeah.
I had faith that I'd be able to catch LaeL at any cost.
Yeah.
I could get at least 2 fingers in before you're able to stop him.
Wow.
Well, let me random question again before we. Sorry if I'm scatterbrained, and Tom just tell me to shut up if you. But did Dawn ever hex you?
What?
Has Dawn ever hexed you?
Heck, oh yeah, absolutely.
Oh, okay. I was
talked about. Did he tell you about his voodoo dolls and all that shit?
He was going to report me to the Better Business Bureau because I had the Exorcist program on my website. And he was like, I actually do that. And he was offended that I was selling a product for exorcism.
And LaeL, I know where I live too. Come on over. My girlfriend would love to meet you.
Did he ever send you photos of girls?
Yeah.
Okay.
She's 38. She's from the Glock Republic.
Gotcha. Mine's only 17. It's also from the Glock Republic.
I liked mine better. Good. Hey, it's good that you followed up after I did it for the context. It was everybody stop. Everybody stop. Thank you again, Sea Lion Prime, for the super chat. All hail LaeL. I don't know why you got to do this. You're just boasting his ego right now. You're making him think it works and it's great. I spent years avoiding him, and it's like it's all for nothing now.
Yeah.
I don't think you understand how this works, Eli. Like, he's supposed to pay me super chats to say this shit because I'm about to block his ass. I'm not gonna block you, LaeL. I'm just fucking around. Yeah. Okay. So let's. Okay. So you were asking me about Don. How did that go?
Yeah.
How did the mod thing go?
Well, it was a total shit show, but it wasn't as bad as it could have been. You didn't.
You didn't give him enough time.
Yeah.
Whose idea was that? That was you?
That was my idea. Yeah.
I'm gonna ask this question. You don't have to answer it, but I want to know who's running that server.
Me.
Okay. So it was your decision to do that.
Oh yeah, 100% my decision against every mod's opinion.
Every mod. I'm saying every human to ever exist. I'm pretty sure Don told you it was a bad. I bet he's troll enough to go, are you sure?
No. I said it was a brilliant idea, and that he was necessary for the server to succeed. And then
he's a peach.
I added quad as a mod right after that. So I had Dawn and quad as mod.
Are you seeing how fast you can get your shit nuked? Hey, there's a guy named P Mars. You should give him mods too.
Oh, okay. Just give it to Northern Rebellion and
Demok while you're at it.
Yeah, Demok. Yeah, he would love it.
Yeah. I've only talked to Demok one time.
LaeL.
You don't. One does not talk to Demok.
Hang on. LaeL. No, LaeL. No. How about this? Since Sea Lion wants to be on the All Hail LaeL team, you want to come on my panel? It's going to cost Sea Lion $50. Sea Lion, do not fucking pay for LaeL to come on this fucking panel. It's not worth it. It is not. Do not do it. I don't want it. I just want to make it so it's not.
It might be kind of funny.
It won't be funny. It won't be. It's not worth it, dude. Don't do it.
Oh, I just did too many super chats last night. So
perfect. Yeah. I have never been so happy not to get one.
You want to go halfsies on this?
I don't know, man. Maybe. What do you think? How about we flip a coin? I've got an antipsychotic right here. What if I flip an antipsychotic and heads? Heads we pay for that. Tails.
Hey, have you taken one today?
No.
That's probably why you said.
The fact that we're even considering this, yeah.
Most people that take them usually don't say, "Hey, let's flip these things." I normally wouldn't tell everyone I have.
I don't do that.
Clearly. So, yeah, if you want to flip one, go ahead. Hey, hang on. I want to make this very clear. I don't want LaeL up here, peoples. I don't know why they do. So if they want to spend their money as stupidly as possible, rather than spending it on something like weed or drone accessories, they want to spend it to put LaeL on the panel. That's on them, man. That is on them.
All right. We'll decide. Ready? Wait, did we say heads or tails? Fuck. I'll have to reflip. I don't remember if we said heads or tails. What was it? Heads, LaeL, tails, no. Okay?
Okay.
Heads.
So you're going to pay $50 fucking to put LaeL on this panel. You're serious?
Yeah.
Dude, hang on. Stop, C-Line. C-Line. And I know this sounds really ridiculous that I'm trying to talk him down from this, but I want you to really think about what you're about to fucking do. You're going to spend $50 to listen to LaeL say hi, Sean.
Yep.
Hi, Sean. Like, I just said it. You don't need to spend that money. I said it. He said it 4 times in my chat.
Yeah.
LaeL, in the chat, how does it feel?
It's been decided.
Like, this is... I feel like you should have the opportunity not to do it.
I don't know. What do you think, Stride? I think the psycho pill decided.
I got like 10 I can throw at it.
All right. I'll do 40 then. I'll just give 50. You hit me back later, Stride.
This is fucking happening right now. Why is this happening right now? Don't seriously, C-Line. There's no need to do this, dude. Seriously, there's.
It's too late.
Don't do it, dude. Come on. Fuck you, C-Line Prime.
You got to bring the man on.
Hi, LaeL.
Hello, how are you? How do you like my avatar?
I'm $50 richer thanks to you, LaeL.
You're welcome, Sean. But that's not the point. The point is, how do you like my avatar?
It's extra creepy. Why is it dark? It's weird.
Hi, Sean.
That was the C-Line, man. That is insane. Wait. Everyone stop. Thank you, Diva Stride. I absolutely appreciate the super chat. He says free LaeL. LaeL is free. And I'll send and C-Line after the stream I'll send you 10 back because you did pay and he said he was gonna do it. So that way you guys I'll send that back to you in the back.
C-Line Prime, you're my hero now. Now I'll tell you why.
No, hang on. Yeah, I was just hang on, LaeL, you know that like you're like his bitch now. Like that motherfucker just paid for you to get on a panel. You have to do everything he says now.
What do you want me to do, C-Line?
Oh, only the good things. I won't make you send furry porn to people. I already have an operative for that.
Is that what the hell's going on? Yeah. I get a message about an hour and a half ago. He goes, and he's like, hey, because you've already said this stuff. He's like, hey, the Antarctica guy, he's in. Here's his email. Oh, yeah, and I found someone that actually bought that Flat Earth University stuff. Oh, yeah, FYI, someone in the server is sending furries to people's DMs.
Yep.
I was like, what the fuck is happening right now? What the hell is happening to my screen right now? Oh, I know what I did wrong. There we go. I moved my box around so the YouTube looked weird. Okay, LaeL, I mean, dude, you're here. What do you want to talk about? I think nothing else matters except for what you and Sea Lion want to talk about now.
Yeah.
Hey, LaeL.
Hang on. How much would it piss you guys off if I just abruptly ended the stream right now?
I wouldn't mind. We got the LaeL. So
no, man. That shit ain't normal, dude. And I feel bad. I'm like, no, we got to make this LaeL experience count now. LaeL, we want to know everything about your life, even the stuff we wouldn't want to know.
Yeah.
1 minute, I'm fixing my avatar.
That's his life in a nutshell, right there.
LaeL, I gotta know. Do you stand or do you sit when you wipe?
I plead the fifth.
Oh, he's a sitter. He's definitely a fucking sitter. That's for sure.
There, how's that, Sean?
It's very stalker-esque. I don't even need to have my camera on if you're here.
Remember when I did this on JG and people were getting confused of who was who?
Yeah, I don't think. See, that's the best part. I'm not sure. Like, you woke a sleeping dragon, Sea Lion. Like, LaeL has been slowly but surely calming down, and you have just boosted his confidence beyond measures.
Yeah, well, I think that
That's a good thing, Sea Lion.
I think LaeL is the secret weapon of Globe Earth, and it's time to unleash his full potential.
I feel like a demon strike. Damn, why did I always do that? I think. I'm sorry, demon strike. You know I'm gonna say it too. I think LaeL debate.
Oh, I would love that.
I think
I was going to do a Rumble Under the Dome event. I talked to Scott about it, and pick like the most shit show debaters possible, and then have someone like Chad moderate.
Oh, the people would love it. They would absolutely fucking love it.
Like Dan the Waterman versus Brenda or something.
Ugh, now that would get ugly real fast.
Yeah, you're not even talking about topics anymore. You got about 4 sentences, then we go to the bad version of everything.
Yep.
Who would be LaeL and Trouble? Ooh, a LaeL Trouble debate, like a team debates. LaeL and Trouble, and then we pick 2 flat earthers. Would you do that, LaeL?
Blotech and
AI.
Blotech. Yeah, there you go. Blotech and AI.
Wait,
like
time out. Sea Lion just paid for you to get on this fucking panel. You're gonna debate whoever the fuck he tells you to debate.
It's like that's the Godfather, you know, at the beginning of the Godfather, where he's like doing the thing where he's granting favors, and he's like, "The time may come, and this day may never come. And I'll ask something of you, and on that day, I will expect you to answer."
Well, I've changed my avatar, just so you guys know.
Have you?
Hey, that's a good smile.
Wait, have you changed your victim?
Hi, Sea Lion.
Hey, Sea Lion, do you want to pay $50 to get him off the panel?
Blue says that we can't break LaeL because we've spent years fixing it. Oh, by the way, Blue has a theme song now, courtesy of Bev.
Oh, really? I'm interested in hearing that, actually. You know what I'm not interested in hearing? And I hope you're out there listening. Dan. Dan is the man who is like, he has no aware. Like, his personal, like, space doesn't exist. I was listening to MC Toon on your VC yesterday. And the second I hear Dan, I'm like, fuck. Nat Geo and AI. That's all he's going to talk about.
Yeah.
How are you going to present someone that and say there's a song about you, and then force the man to fucking read the lyrics? What the
pretty
fuck?
funny.
I was like,
the people love Dan's rage, so
I can't do it anymore. I can't do it anymore. I will never listen to more than one sentence about Nat Geo ever again. And I need that one sentence to know whether or not to mute myself or to mute him or not. So, yeah, I can't do it anymore. And it's just bad.
Yeah, to be honest, I still don't even understand what the issue with Nat Geo was. I just kind of filter it out.
Okay.
They lied in the narration of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you watch it, the person narrating is saying that you're seeing these stripes disappear when in reality you're not seeing any of them actually go away. The very bottom border maybe and a little bit of the very last stripe, but they're talking about like 1.5 stripes or 2 stripes are disappearing, and it's just not accurate.
Yeah. What they did is they dishonestly narrated a documentary that was only supposed to document what the flat earthers were doing. They weren't supposed to be part of it, and they made themselves part of it. They added stuff in, like halfway into it, they started going, what if we did this and do this? And regardless of where they wanted to, they just there was a lot of clips that were taken and done after Flat Earth had already separated from each other. They were just dishonest in it. I wouldn't say they lied about anything. They just misrepresented what was being seen on a screen.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, there's a similar thing. There's this gravity video. I don't know if you've seen it, but basically they have a blue kind of like called BS on it because, but basically like they have a scale with a weight hanging, and then they put a ball under the scale, and they say, "Oh, the scale read heavier." Well, it turns out that to work, the ball would have to be. How big do you think the ball would have to be in diameter?
Probably that one.
What's it made out of?
Infinite moving
Lead.
ball. That infinite moving ball that spins on water. It's that size. Have you seen that?
Mm-hmm.
It's like half the size of a car.
Yeah, it's like bigger than that, even 110 meters.
Jesus.
So this little dinky ball, and they claimed, "Oh yeah, we recorded gravity," and they did.
Yeah, no, it's not going to happen.
Science things are,
I would like to point out
Blue
one
says
thing
30
here.
millimeters in diameter would need to be.
Hold on. LaeL's trying to speak, Sean. We paid for the man to speak.
No, you paid for him to be here, fuckers.
I just want to point out one thing. My moniker, my little avatar, that's how I view Sea Lion. He's always off-centered.
You do kind of stand crooked.
People have said that. That's true.
Yeah.
You got a Costanza wallet in your back pocket or something?
No, he has he has Forrest Gump. You ever see that when Forrest Gump, when him and the kid are watching TV and they do this? They just bend their heads. Okay, so let's get back to this. LaeL, would you debate these people that we're talking about? Would you team up with Trouble?
I don't know. I've offered to debate Johnny B, but he won't do it.
Because he's smart.
Really?
Smart enough not to debate. Hey, smart enough not to debate you.
Well, I'll grant that because he knows that I'll hold his feet to the fire.
Is that what you call it? I'm over here trying to find a flat earther. I'm just not trying to find one for right now.
All right, Kyle Adams. Try to find him.
Who the fuck is Kyle Adams?
He's the guy that's the same religious faith as I am. That's a flat earther.
All right. Everyone out there in YouTube land, find me Kyle Adams so we can set up a debate for LaeL. LaeL, have you ever been in a YouTube stream debate?
Nope.
I fucking just realized that shit. You've never been on a live. Would you want to? Are you okay with that?
Well, I kind of was on JG, but it wasn't like a.
Yeah,
it's not the same thing.
Yeah, it wasn't a one-on-one. That was when he was doing the Who's Next, right? It was like 3-4 minutes of debate and then move on. That's not your style. That's not your style. LaeL needs room. He needs to talk. Why do you? No, man. You're supposed to be fixated on sea lion now. So that's the goal. We're gonna try to find Kyle Adams. He said, does he have content?
Yes, he has some type of board that he argues. Actually, no. Find me Kent Hovind. I want to debate Kent Hovind.
That's not going to happen, or it could probably happen, but not by my not by my means. I don't know Kent Hovind. I barely know. I know who he is, but I've never even watched a video of his.
I want to debate him on the age of the Earth.
I would pay money to watch that.
I actually would love to hear LaeL in a religious debate, because LaeL is extremely not an extremist, but he's like, his faith is like his world. I mean, it's one of the weirdest ones, but it's his. What are you? Aren't you like Mormon or something like that, right?
Correct.
Yes. My son is Mormon.
Really?
Yeah, he got baptized about a year ago. It was a very weird situation, especially because my side of the family came, and his girlfriend's side of the family, they're Mormon too. But my whole side of the family, well, my brother is Catholic, like extreme Catholic. The rest of my family's Baptist and all that shit. So we're all just sitting in, and I'm atheist, so I'm just sitting. We're all sitting in this church, just, this is okay. And then they started going off with the fathers and the what do they call them? Demon Stride, the leaders. The leaders, I don't know what they call them. I forgot. But it was weird. I didn't like watching some dude fucking try to drown my son.
He wasn't trying to drown him.
Yeah, he fucking dunked his head underwater. It's trying to drown somebody. He may have backed out, but he tried.
There, that's better.
Jesus, why do you got to do that, LaeL?
Because that's awesome. I love your little Monarch avatar.
But then I have to do that.
You know, Sean, hopefully this doesn't sound too weird. But
okay, stop right there before you continue.
Last
night, whatever comes after it,
right now, the other night on wait, no, let me finish. You pay $50 for me to be here. Now you get to hear this.
Okay,
that is true.
This, besides last night, or besides right now, the other night on MC Toon's channel is the first time I've actually seen your face.
That's not true, LaeL.
Yeah, it is.
Are you serious?
And now I want to say something that might sound a little weird.
It's not going to sound weird. It is going to be. It will sound completely normal to my ears. Go ahead.
I like you more than I did before, but I'm not gay. Okay.
Hang on. That part. Okay, I thought you were going to say something else for the record.
No, I don't know what it is about you, but seeing your face makes you seem more friendly.
I'm a friendly guy, LaeL.
Your erection
what I'm
more
trying to say is seeing your whole persona in person makes you feel more friendly. I don't know what it is. Just you're a friendly looking person.
I'm a friendly person. I am. I absolutely am.
You're like a big friendly.
I get that. People people don't realize that. I was on camera every day for 5 years. I used to only be on camera. I used to never just be the avatar. I used to always be on camera, and then I stopped, and then it became fun, because then when I would cam up, because what I thought LaeL was going to say is typically the reaction I always get is, "You're black." Then I tell him I'm not black, I'm sexy caramel. But yeah, that is usually the reaction I get. That's so weird, dude. That's so weird, LaeL. But yeah, I get reactions that are not of expecting when I do cam. But I've always cammed up. I'm very comfortable on camera. That's not the issue. So if it's a situation, I know what it is. I got so used to being on Discord, because Discord, it's weird being cammed up unless you're like cammed up with someone and going back and forth with them. it's weird to be cammed up on Discord, and I was on Discord
It,
forever.
it actually kind of is weird. It makes people think you're trying to be better. It seems like it makes you feel like you're better than other people. I don't know why, but that's the feeling I get. Especially when Demon Stride's on camera. Ugh.
Can't help it, you know.
Well, you would appreciate it more if you got to see all the phases of Demon Stride. Because I remember I remember Demon Stride when he was all hair. Like, you didn't see that pretty little face right there. It was all just hair. Then I watched some of it go, and then I watched more of it go, and now it's all gone.
We missed those days.
Yeah, he had some beautiful hair. It's gone. It's gone. We're not going to go into why it's gone, but it's gone.
It's gone.
It's gone. If I could pay $50 to bring it back, I would. My brain is still going, what the fuck? Is this it so far? Sea Lion, so far, worth it?
Yeah, 100% worth it.
Cool. Okay, LaeL, let's get into I have a question, LaeL, because I do consider you and Trouble to be two peas in a pod when it comes to arguing flat earthers. You both have basically the same style. What do you think about Trouble's approach to debating? Good answer.
It'd help if I turn my microphone back on. I was talking to you. I don't know the answer to that question. I haven't really thought about it.
Do you know your style is a very annoying?
That's what I've been told.
Okay.
Is it because I focus in on one point and hold their feet to the fire until they actually answer the point?
Actually, no. Wait, hang on. That's a weird. This answer is a two-part answer. So one, no, it's not weird. Matter of fact, I prefer a Glober debating a flat earther to hold their feet to the fire. Here's where the problem starts. The second the answer will not be answered, or the second the topic doesn't want to be talked about, that press to make it that again is the annoying part. That's when it becomes mind-numbing.
I understand that, and that's when you need to hold their feet to the fire.
No, that's when so when it doesn't go forward, that's when you've proven your point. And if you have to keep rubbing their nose in it, you become abusive.
Exactly.
Look, when I asked the question the first time, like, how does the sun set on the flat Earth? And the answer, there's 12 bricks in the Great Wall of China. I know it's time for them to actually answer the question instead of telling me how many bricks there are or how many.
You should realize they're never going to answer the question if that's the first response they go to.
Yeah, when you said that first response, I went, oh, they're not going to answer this question. Not, oh, now I need to ask the question 12 more times so they can tell me 12 more times they're not going to answer it so I can say a 13th time to answer it.
Sean, you missed the debate between me and Sea Lion, or not Sea Lion, AIX. You know who that is, right?
Yeah, he comes on.
Oh, that's Sean's best buddy.
Yeah, I like that guy. Well, hang on. What I like the most about him is, it sounded weird. What I like the most about him is that everywhere he goes, it's like chaos ensues, and he either gets muted or banned. Right? He comes on here, and he's perfectly fine. There was one time he went at it with Texlex, but it was like she could handle it herself, and I just muted him, and then he said sorry in the chat, and that was it. It didn't go to the places I've heard him go everywhere else. It's so weird.
All right. So I asked him, on your version of the flat Earth, if I'm at 40 degrees north, how far is it to the equator? And he immediately started talking about Ecuador. Right? And I said, no. So, okay, so say like I'm at 40 degrees north in Africa, and I go to the equator. How far is that?
I feel like most people wouldn't know that answer.
And well, he gave me the right answer after I said I'm in Africa or wherever else. He gave me like 2,500 miles or whatever. But then I asked him, so if I'm staying right on 90 degrees north, how far is it to the equator? His response, 39.59. So it's 3/4 of the distance at 40 degrees north. It is that.
I'm already lost, and I know what you're talking about. Demon Stride, how do you feel about that explanation?
Yeah, I'd say there's like bricks in the wall of China or some dumb shit like that.
But I will say this, though. For all the people, including myself, of the people that I remember from the beginning till currently, I will say LaeL has the most improvement and gets the participation award over everybody. Because he is relentless.
Thank you for giving me the participation award. That's what I've been wanting to hear from you forever. Now
it's not even a trophy. I think it's going to be a ribbon. It'd be like one of those little ribbons.
And now I can leave this debating flat Earth platform now that Sean G gave me the participation program.
That's all it took.
Now I can go on Sea Lion Prime's channel and just bug him.
I still can't believe you did that, Sea Lion. I get this is he is here.
You're like the awesome Sea Lion. No matter what Sean G thinks of you right now.
I love Sea Lion. Sea Lion's awesome.
I loved Sea Lions.
You love Sea Lion today.
Yes. Today. Absolutely. Ask me about Friday. Was it Friday? Saturday? What day was that? Saturday. It was Wednesday. Friday. Was it Wednesday? Damn, my days are all fucked up.
I know, dude. Me too. I'm like on a fucking night owl schedule. I've been going to bed at like 9 a.m.
You know when Sea Lion
I know, because another thing in the DMs that I've noticed is every time he tells me a time, it's wrong. It's wrong. It's always wrong. Every time he tells me a time, I'm like, I should check.
Yeah.
I would have got there. I would have got there in the past to the MC Tune panel thing. He was like, "It's at 9 o'clock." I'm like, "It's 9:47. What are you talking about?"
One thing that I was just talking about the Sea Lion Prime debate and Peter, the debate with
Jesus Christ,
those other guy. I was going to compare it to, although Sea Lion and Prime and Peter's debate was more knowledgeable than I think Professor Dave, the way in which they presented their information was about the same. And I like that. Where when Professor Dave was debating Wissett, he brought up every single point Wissett would say in the debate in his opening statement, and showed in his opening statement why those things are wrong. And then Wissett really had nowhere to go. That's what I like about that debate. Could have Professor Dave done better? Yes. Just like every debate, everyone could do better.
Yeah, but if Professor Dave would have not spent his whole YouTube time talking shit and being disrespectful, that probably would have worked. If he didn't choose to go straight condescending and make fun of Flat Earth rather than debate the points, he may have done better.
Yeah. So last night, Tune on over at Sea Lion, he was being a little ridiculous when he kept saying, "Who was it that they're absolutely mentally challenged and they're doing this?" Is like, okay, once was fine, but like
good white light.
Yeah, good white light. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I felt bad about that. I think that if it was anyone else, I would have moderated that. So that's like, I don't know how.
Oh, you gotta put your foot down, man. You can't be scared. You gotta just do it.
Yeah, it's tough with the tunes and the FTFEs. You just gotta do it.
Yeah, and if you ever need, I Sea Lion. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck who you are.
Yeah.
No, I think that is more because he's been hanging out with Fight the Flat Earth a lot more.
Yeah.
So he's kind of in that mode. But at the same time, Good White Light gives it just as much as he receives it. So I don't feel bad for him. I just think it's not necessary.
No. Good White Light, I just remember him because he kept doing that, show me water sticking to a ball, and then blocked me when I showed him water sticking to a ball twice.
He's another one of those people, like, if you don't engage aggressively at him, you can stay cool with him. You're not going to get anywhere in any conversations, but at least you're not arguing.
Yeah, it's true.
Like I said, hey, man, all for it. Go for it, man. I'm just not... I'm no longer in the mood to run around picking fights with flat earthers. I've done that so many times. I got a whole...
All right, Sean G, I want to test you.
What's that?
Set me up with a debate on your platform with Pete Shea.
No. Pete Shea's not allowed on anything I have anything to do with. He's a...
That's why I said that. I already knew that.
Okay. I wanted to call him a child predator, but I don't know if you consider that a predator. But
maybe
yeah,
Sea Lion could have the
anyone
opportunity
who doesn't know,
debate.
because I want as many people to know Pete Shea's like this. In my uploads, the second from the last upload is a PSA on Pete Shea. Go watch it so you can listen to him admittedly talk about buying 12-year-olds bottles of vodka. Yeah.
Oh, that's good. Why would you do that?
Because he's a psychotic idiot.
Yeah.
Maybe we should set up a debate between Sea Lion Prime and Pete Shea.
No, LaeL. What the fuck? See? Do you see why he's not on my panels?
Do you know who? Not on your panel, on a different panel, like Jaronism. I don't even know if Jaron would let him on there.
He won't.
But if you want to know the king of diversion, it's definitely Pete Shea. You ask him a simple question like, how far is it driving to Walmart from your house to your Walmart? And he'll go off for the next 5 hours on something, nothing to deal with that. And then if you try to hold his feet to the fire of how far it is,
you're doing
he'll
it
call
right
you
now. LaeL is holding our feet to the fire on Pete Shea, and it's insane. This is why he's not on my panels, Sea Lion. Stop talking about Pete Shea. I don't want his fucking name on my damn channel because he's a fucking
Chemo.
pathetic
Give me a
human.
debate with Chemo then.
That would be... I would love to debate Chemo now.
Or Debbie.
I just want to talk to Chemo. It's been so long.
Me too. Or Debbie.
I wish Sea Lion could have a debate with Chemo.
Oh, that'd be cool. Or Debbie. That'd be a cool one too.
No, he wouldn't. Debbie would be boring. It'd just be listening to fucking Jeremy talk, basically.
Oh, Jeremy messaged me during our debate and said how he would have wrecked me with.
Yeah, you too. Huh? That is the funniest fucker on earth. It doesn't matter where we're at. Doesn't matter what's going on. The motherfucker goes, I will never leave EA. It's my home. I love it. I wouldn't go on anyone's channels and promote that. But guess the fuck what he does every day. That motherfucker's probably listening to us talk right now. And how I'll know is he'll DM me in response to things I'm saying right now. Because I got at least 10 DMs during our debate.
John, he was listening to me on Bev's show.
Yeah. When he talks, if you ask him and he talks or he types it, he will say he doesn't watch or would never watch anything else. He will only talk about EA and being on EA. But trust me, Jeremy is at all these channels. Jeremy is watching and listening all the time. He's like a little EA spy. I don't know.
Maybe you should get Sea Lion Prime and SC Montreal.
That'd be a good debate.
I sure. Talk about magnets. Why don't magnets flip at the North Pole? That's the topic of the debate.
The hard part is getting SC Montreal out of EA.
Yes, correct.
Him and Jeremy are Geo's top fucking mods. They're not going anywhere. So that's the hard part.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do They pretend like they do a good faith, like, oh, we go other places. They'll, they went over to MMM for like a week. They, go over to Globe Gangsters, but getting them to come back is the problem.
Yeah, or have a debate somewhere else.
Yeah, SC Montreal came over to hit Blue with his magnet thing. That was the only time he came over. SC is so funny because he like reads all of these pop science articles, but he doesn't believe any of them.
He believes. Here's the problem. SC Montreal's not a flat earther.
Yeah,
he's a stationary earther. That's his main point. That's his main argument. That's his position. He just aligns himself like Witsit does, basically, with flat Earth. The same way like Dan does. They align themselves with it to get, because that's where they think they'll be able to get their voices heard the most.
Yeah.
What up, B-Ball?
Hey, how's it going, man?
What is up?
We were discussing who we want to see LaeL debate.
Yeah.
Well, debate,
but LaeL, you've pretty much spoken to everyone.
Which is why it's going to be very difficult to find someone that will.
Yeah. Who have not talked to?
Don't want to get LaeL.
I want to debate James. What's his first name? Do you remember James?
Slick James.
Slick James.
LaeL,
I don't have bleed.
Yeah, we're trying to be serious. So can you name a flat earther that we could actually get?
Probably not, actually.
He's like Eric Dubay.
Yeah,
I mean, you have to get people like that because all the other like peon ones already know who I am. I'm pretty sure Eric Dubay and Darren don't know who I am.
So
they know who you are.
My question: what topic would you debate specifically?
I would have to tell the flat earther that it's their choice. And then I would have to also have the stipulation that LaeL could not be privy to what the topic is until the debate starts.
I know you could. We should debate fucking damn, I can't think of his name. Brian Lee.
Ooh.
No.
Brian Leakey.
Yeah.
There you go.
I don't know who's worse, Brian Leakey or Brian Mabbott.
Easy.
Matter of fact, I'm gonna DM Brian Leakey right now and offer him $20 to debate you.
I don't think he will, honestly.
Shit, we'll find out in a second.
DM him. I bet you he won't.
Well, first of all, I'm going to DM him, but he's not going to respond immediately. Brian has never responded to DMs immediately, but I will DM him.
That's because he doesn't know how to answer to you.
$20 to debate a Glober of my choice.
Okay, if you don't put my name in front of it, then he probably will because he won't know.
Yeah, I'm smart, LaeL. I know how this works.
And tell him you can choose a subject, and you won't tell the flat or the globe earther what the subject is. But it has to be a subject that he will actually stick to the point on.
Motherfucker, you're not going to hold me hostage.
Too bad. I'm on your panel because of Sea Lion. You have to do what I say.
Sure.
Well, I don't have to do shit. Again, it was to get you here. That is it. I could have muted you.
Yeah, you could have.
B-Ball, who is it that you would like to... Oh, he left.
He's here.
Dang
I got to bring him back in. I think he switched
over.
over.
Wait
B-Ball, who is it that you would like to see me debate most?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you switch or lose connection?
No, I lost connection for some reason.
Yeah, sometimes when you lose connection in StreamYard, it kicks you off the panel, but you're still here, and I just have to add you back on. I just didn't realize you weren't added on. You're good though.
So who would I like to debate? I wanted to get back
Who
to
would you like you to debate the most out of
Brian
every
Leakey.
flat earther?
Brian Leakey, because I think that'd be interesting. Yeah.
You both are rambling.
What topic? Oh wait, I can't know the topic. That's right.
The topic doesn't matter to you, LaeL. You don't know until you won't know the debate topic until you show up for the debate.
Would the flat earther know it first, or neither one of you?
No. Flat earther gets to pick it.
I know it. Okay.
Okay. Here's the thing. LaeL's topics are too obvious that the person will get taken hostage and will know it's LaeL. If LaeL knows the topic, he can form a plan around holding that person hostage. So I think it'd be fair that LaeL not know the topic, and then also when Brian Leakey finds out that he's actually debating LaeL, then the fact that he'll be able to know the topic and LaeL doesn't will be a plus to keep him there.
I honestly think once you say my name, he won't want to do it.
Your name will not be brought up until he's agreed and paid.
How about Gary Wybenga?
Ugh.
Oh no. No.
I don't. Wait, time out. I don't want to hear.
It'd be impossible.
I don't either.
I don't want to hear him.
He's too inconsistent. Like he's kind of like me. Like he'll jump in for like 5 minutes and then he's gone. You know, so
and then
like
he'll
that's
say he's leaving, but stay for the next 3 hours.
yeah. It's not like me where it's not like anybody else where you can say, okay, the debate is this time, and he'll come there at that time and then be there for the entire time.
Even fucking worse.
You know, like
you can't even tell him a topic and then him stay on topic.
he doesn't have a topic. He has one topic.
One thing.
One thing that he'll talk about, and that's it.
Yep, he's Lemon Bird right now because Lemon Bird's not in the debate anymore.
Talk about Lemon Bird. Lemon Bird was amazing. He had multiple topics, and he could fucking debate almost any fucking book at the time.
Lemon Bird was Witsit before Witsit.
Yep.
Okay, if you could get me Lemon Bird, awesome.
Lemon Bird was a likable Witsit.
Yeah, I actually like Lemon Bird.
Yeah.
If you could get a debate with Lemon Bird, that'd be awesome, Sean.
If I could get a hold of Lemon Bird, that would be awesome.
I think the last time I heard him was when he talked to Stingray.
Mm-hmm.
I got a video with him and Stingray.
Yep. Left right after that. And no, he's not. He didn't die. He didn't go to jail. He knew he was going to be disappearing. He even said it. I'm going to be leaving the internet. Got shit going on.
I think he's probably moved on from the flat Earth to maybe other conspiracies, or maybe not any at all. I don't know.
Yeah,
I bet he is in an entirely new community somewhere.
Probably political.
Persona?
It's probably a political type server.
Possibly. Maybe.
Or
maybe.
platform.
Maybe Jake on the Plane is really Lemon Bird.
I've seen.
Except for I've heard both of them in the same show at the same time.
I've seen Lemon Bird and I've seen Jake.
You've seen a picture of Lemon Bird?
I've seen Lemon Bird on video. On a panel.
Oh,
Lemon Bird.
You know how
before
sometimes
your time, Sea Lion. Before your time. It was a gay Republican flat earther.
He sounds like he'd be a well-kept, clean-cut guy. Am I projecting the right thing onto him?
He's a thug. If he's not Lemon Bird, he's the thug.
He's okay. Is he like a light skinned dude?
Darker than me.
Really?
Yeah.
How can anyone be darker than? No, wait a minute.
I'm not black, LaeL. I'm sexy caramel. B-ball's fucking.
No, you're. Yeah.
You are sexy, Karma.
It's caramel, and that's weird.
I like Karma better.
That's why next time it's going to cost $75. B-ball, do you know that Sea Lion paid $50 fucking to get LaeL on this panel?
What?
Yeah.
No, you didn't.
I pitched in. I pitched in.
Wait. Demon Stripe paid $10, and fucking Sea Lion paid $50 to get LaeL
Why?
on. Yeah, good fucking question. Like, this is how it worked.
Because
LaeL
John
was
wouldn't
stalking
let
me.
me on?
Yeah, so he was in the StreamYard, and I wouldn't let him on. I even said I wouldn't let him on. And then, for no fucking reason, they started, or Sea Lion up here started pushing for me to get him on the panel. And I, thinking, this was my way of going, he's not coming up here. I said, if you want LaeL on this fucking panel, it's going to cost you 50 fucking bucks. And he went,
What?
He said, it may make sense in a second. He said, let's flip a psychotic pill. And he flipped it, and it flipped.
Anti-psychotic.
Anti-psychotic pill.
Yeah.
And
they're in different bottles. One pill has the psychotic pills, the amphetamine, and then the other bottle has the ones that balance out the psychosis.
Wow.
Fully believe him too, 100%. Like, there's no bullshit. And then next thing I know, I had a fucking $50 and a $10 super chat for LaeL to come on the fucking panel. Yeah,
LaeL, you should feel special, man. You should feel special.
Right? We don't even get a lap dance for that. I want to see LaeL strip.
God, do you really? I'm not sure that I want to see that.
I'm good.
The people demand it. Just look at the chat. They're all up crazy about it in the chat.
Yeah,
all of them. You guys were talking about SC Montreal earlier, and I wanted to jump on and say something about SC Montreal.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, we were talking about SC. Yeah.
So, though I don't really go to EA anymore. I don't join the VC anymore. But he was the one time he was talking about something, and I've been talking about it for a long time. How I think me and you have talked about it, Sean. How he uses JWST as evidence.
Yeah.
I think we already talked about this before.
Yeah. While at the same time denying satellites.
Yeah, he doesn't believe in satellites.
Yeah, so basically what happens is...
Go ahead.
Yeah, so basically, we'll catch everyone up real quick. God damn it, I hate fucking OBS. Basically, SC Montreal used James Webb Telescope as evidence that science got it all wrong, and they're wrong. And it doesn't work, and James Webb is showing us this. In the same breath, we'll say satellites aren't real.
It's crazy though too. It's like why if they got it wrong and you could find it just by looking at it, did nobody fact check it before they pressed send on their PopSci article to prove your how dumb do they think everyone is?
Yeah.
Right, and I jumped on EA just to have a 1v1 with him about this specific topic. And then everyone over there was on his side. Of course, they're all on his side. They're like, you don't see the implications of this? I'm like, no, how are you using this as evidence when you don't even believe in satellites? It doesn't make any fucking sense.
I'm confused. Isn't the James Webb Telescope pretty far away from the surface of the Earth?
Very far.
Yep.
Yeah.
I kept asking him, where is it?
Miles away from Earth.
Right. I kept asking him, okay, where's the data coming from for all this? How do you know we got all this wrong? Where's the data coming from? It's coming from your side. It's coming from your satellites. Okay, what satellites? Where are they? Are they on Earth? No, it's coming from JWST. Okay, here is JWST.
It's your model. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. It's your model.
You got a big problem, bro.
That's what they say.
Yeah, you guys better be careful. Wrong? Jeremy's listening, and he's going to tell SC Montreal you guys are talking shit.
Jeremy was listening when I was on Bev's show, and I was telling Bev that I went on and I was fucking with Geo and coming up with ridiculous ideas to make his sun theory work.
I heard he's up to 6 suns right now.
Do they really? I've heard this. Do they really believe there's multiple suns? Is this Geo's thing now?
Well, yeah, but when you press him on it, he says that you're gaslighting him, and he never actually committed to it. He flipped out about it. I posted the most lighthearted meme about it on Earth Awakenings. It was literally just the Picard "There Are Four Lights" meme, but it said there are five suns. You know that one, right?
That's great.
That's it. It's funny. I just posted it. Gio flipped out on me and said I was gaslighting him, and then I was like, "Gio, it's a joke." And he's like,
"Okay, hang on a second. Okay, so here's the situation that we're having now. I don't pay for StreamYard, so I'm at my limit. And Totoro just got here, and Blue is sitting in the back. I have the I know who to drop.
No. We didn't pay for any else to be up here. What are you talking about?
Hang on. I didn't say. I'll say this right now. Hang on. Blue, there's a space. LaeL dropped out. I did not kick LaeL. LaeL dropped out on his own.
Fucking bullshit.
It's not, maybe you guys can start understanding why I don't like LaeL so damn much. Blue, there is a spot open. LaeL, if Blue does not take that spot, you are welcome to be here, man. No. Let me rephrase that shit. You're not welcome.
I want to see those tassels, LaeL.
You've been paid to be here, so you are allowed to be here. No, well, I keep forgetting there's a delay, so at some point he'll get it. And yeah, there's spots open now, so first come, first serve. What's up, Totoro? How you doing, sir?
Hey, how's it going?
Doing pretty good. Just hanging out, learning a lot about Sea Lion, learning that he is willing to do some stupid shit.
What else is new?
Right? Have you watched the stream? Do you know what stupid shit we're talking about? I'm gonna tell everyone, Sea Lion. You got issues, man.
I've been listening for the past about 10 minutes,
or
maybe 15 minutes. Only about where you're shit talking a bunch of people from EA and that stuff, but nothing more.
Have you been in the chat at all? I want to show you something. Matter of fact, and it's not just Sea Lion. It's actually two people here with issues. The two people on the panel right now. Do you see this? I want to show you this. You see this?
Totoro, you got to dance for us now. You took LaeL's spot. Start stripping.
These two paid essentially $60 to put LaeL on the panel. LaeL. No sense, right? Doesn't make any.
I mean, I don't want to be taking up anybody else's spot. I'm happy to bounce off.
Oh, no. You don't leave. And get up here.
You gotta wait till the song ends.
No, it's all good. No, you're good, Totoro. He left on his own accord. It's not my fault. I can't believe that happened, man. Okay, bring it back. We got a stream to have, guys. Okay, Sea Lion.
You guys ever gonna get to the fucking debate or what?
Right?
I don't know.
I don't know either. Do I have to pull it up? We got to watch it or something? Like we just talk about it. I don't even know what to say about it. I mean, it's pretty cut and dry. He conceded. I won.
So yeah, the debate was specifically does general relativity require faith? And I think we concluded that it does.
It took us 3 hours to get there, but
no, it only took us an hour. Lens theoring feminists took us 3 hours. It was an interesting debate. It was very.
Could have got there sooner if Sean wasn't Ipsy Dixieing around.
I'm gonna boot your ass. That's gonna be the new band. Fucking. Okay, hang on. What the fuck does that even mean?
Yeah, Gregory used it on me and kept saying it, so I picked it up from Gregory.
I like it
because I say so. It's a fallacy of an unsupported and dogmatic statement.
You want to know
Dixit? I say so.
I should have said this, and I usually do when this happens. But you understand that fallacies only work in a debate. And we
is that the full statement?
And we did not have a debate.
I can mash up a clip of me saying Ipsy Dixit, store of math and magic. So.
Yes, I want you to say that. I want a clip of that and a clip of you saying Lens theoring, whatever the fuck it's called. And then I need a clip of Totoro correcting everyone when we say fucking Hawkins radiations.
Jeez, that's so aggravating.
Yeah, I was gonna work on YouTube clips of that in a little bit here.
What's up, Blue? How you doing, sir?
Yeah, let me get my headphones sorted out here.
Yep. And LaeL, there is a spot if you'd like to come back up.
A paid spot.
Yeah, and tomorrow or whenever I stream again, it's going to cost $75. We're going to see how crazy Sea Lion really is.
We're gonna make LaeL sit in the wet spot this time.
Yeah, I hopefully they make it a lot better of a situation and make you do something for it. That's insane, LaeL. LaeL has definitely put himself in a comfy, special spot in the community. But back to what we were saying. Okay. What is lens theoring? Is it? Because I'm not gonna lie to you, I didn't care during the debate. I didn't care at all. So anytime you did explain it, it was just me waiting for you to shut the fuck up so I could talk again. What is it?
It is a observed precession in gyroscopes due to a space-time Coriolis effect.
So because it's orbital path, it has to succumb to Coriolis as well.
Yes, because there is a rotation of a mass energy density, and the right side of the Einstein field equation says that space-time is affected by mass energy density. Lens theoring is a form of frame dragging in which that rotational rate drags the frame of reference of space-time. And it works basically the same way as Coriolis.
Okay.
And so a gyroscope...
So, like, Coriolis objects are affected by Coriolis even if they're going 2 miles an hour, right?
Yes.
Okay. Then my question is answered. Because it was like, the conversation goes, you fire a bullet, the effects of Coriolis aren't observed unless it's like, what, 1,500 feet, I think it is, yards, I think it is. And that it has to do with its speed. But that would only be a marker at which you're able to observe it sooner or not. Like at 2 miles an hour, it may take 1 million miles for that to actually be calculated. I don't know. I'm just saying it'd take a shit ton longer.
Blue? Halp blue?
What? Huh?
How long would it take to observe Coriolis in an object moving 2 miles an hour?
A long time.
Okay, so millions of miles is a good guess.
Maybe, yeah. I don't know. I've never tried it on anything moving that slowly.
Yeah, it was just
it'd be just a function of distance.
Mm-hmm.
It should be just a function of distance.
So it could be calculated.
Yeah.
Because I always had a perception.
Yeah, it's the cross product of the rotation vector and the velocity of the moving thing.
Okay,
right.
So then Coriolis effects change per speed, mass, projection, per orbit, rotation. There we go. Which is the orbit. Sorry, guys. I'm just understanding it all in our string. That makes makes more sense now.
I really wanted to talk about the Heisenberg uncertainty principle, but I wasn't sure that was a good idea. So.
Anything you say, I will listen.
You got to think about it. That was a joke.
Yeah, see, I didn't understand it.
Oh, I get it. He was
what I
going
did there?
to talk about the Heisenberg uncertainty principle, but he wasn't sure if it was a good idea.
Okay. See, took me a while, but I'm there.
Okay. Yes.
Hey, your buddy's in the chat, Sea Lion.
Ooh, AI?
Yeah. He's my buddy. If he wants to come up, he knows where the link is.
Yeah.
It's a race
He has to
between
turn
him
in
and
his flurf. He's a globe earther now, though. He's got to turn in his flurf card because I got him to admit that water sticks to spinning balls.
He admits to gravity. What are you talking about? Oh, I know what's happening. This is cute. Blue knows what's happening. Okay, let me explain something. Even though he's said that, it doesn't mean he believes it. I can tell you now, AI is never going to believe flat Earth.
Is it still on Team Lasagna Earth?
Oh God, don't do that spaghetti monster shit.
No, not spaghetti monster. Lasagna. Very different Earth.
No, it's Dumb Earth 5.0 is the claim he makes.
I've heard about it. Yeah, Demon Stride is. Every time he sees AI, he lets me know what his model is called. I know Dumb Earth 5.0 very well. No, actually, I don't even know it. I just know the name of it. I have no clue what he even says about it. No one's explained it to me. Just told me what it's called. Oh yeah, but okay. So we got to that point. Oh, I know what my question is. In your best guess, when do you think, technology-wise, we'll be able to enter a black hole and receive data? Because let's keep it real. Throwing a satellite into a black hole would probably be the easiest thing to do.
Probably like 1,000 years.
And receive data?
That's an important part, right?
Yeah. Unless there's any new physics, the answer is never.
That's where my problems are. Ultimately, Sea Lion, that's why Hawkins radiation was brought up.
Yeah, I understand that. But I guess my point is just this, and maybe we didn't have to talk about it for 3 fucking hours. I didn't have to be such a pedantic piece of shit about it, but you can't say that it's not reality. That's my point. That's the only thing that I was refusing to concede on.
I feel like I can because
you can't
it's a concept.
Yeah, but you don't know that it's only a concept, and that's my point. Like that's what
it is.
Lens theory.
Okay, would you say currently we are talking? Currently is the goal at which I'm talking about. I'm not playing in the future game. I get it in the future because it's the same thing. I've talked about this. Totoro has heard me say this. And my name, if you look at the little thing under my name, I am a graviton proponent. I 100% believe we will find a graviton, and at that point we'll be able to start manipulating gravity, etc., etc. Problem is it's a concept, but it is based on real-world physics to come up with that concept. For that, it's not reality. In the same token, neither is Hawking radiation. Do you see how my line of reasoning goes with that?
Not quite. Oh, I'm sorry. Hold on. I was just chatting in the background. 1 second.
Yeah, no worries. I just think that's a very misrepresented thing. Concepts. I think it's just misrepresented concepts brought into reality because of the example I gave was Jesus Christ, I smoked way too much fucking weed today. Where was I? What did I sing? Fucking hey guys, I just said it.
Ipsy Dixit.
Yeah, fuck
Ipsy Dixit, motherfucker. That's all you say.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, okay, I remember now. Oh, because what was the theory I was talking about? That's a concept. Oh, gravitons. Gravitons. I fully believe it's going to be found. When? Who knows? I've said it could be 1,000, could be 10,000. I don't know, but the graviton is not based in reality. But it is based in physics. And it's looked at the same kind of way, where it's with the known physics that we understand, this, and this. If we lay this out, this may happen, or this could be found. Right? Like that's what these concepts are. Hawkins radiation is the same thing. Because of all this, when we do this, it should look like it should do this. That doesn't. That's not based. That's doesn't make it reality. It makes it a concept. It makes it a concept of reality.
Well, yes, but that works in one direction, and that's the thing I was trying to say was fallacious. I don't know what the fallacy would be, but going backwards in the other direction is the issue that I have, because it's like there's an assumption.
I don't understand what you mean by you say bringing it back.
Yeah. It's hard for me to. I didn't really explain it that well in the debate, to be fair. So, if it's the case that it is conceptual, I agree with the fact that it is conceptual. I don't disagree with that at all. I think that it's theoretical, it's unproven, it has not been falsified, and we don't have a good way to falsify it as of right now. Mm-hmm. However, the reason I kept bringing up the fucking lens Thirring effect is that the exact same thing was true of the lens Thirring effect when it was proposed.
Okay.
However, it was reality at that time, and that's where the fallacy comes in.
Okay, but that's like me saying gravitons are reality.
They might well be.
But can I say gravitons are of reality?
They are a physical theory, or at least a hypothesis.
A concept.
I don't think you can say that. I would not say that they're reality.
It's the same thing. It's the same thing as the radiation. I'm going to call it H radiation, so I don't piss Totoro off anymore.
Hawking's radiation.
Hawk. Like a loogie. Okay, I got it. I won't forget now.
I don't really care what sort of adjective you use to describe them. It is a hypothesis for how gravity works at a fundamental level, and yeah, that's about it. Mm-hmm. There's nothing more to it.
And I would say the same for Hawking's radiation.
Yeah, Hawking radiation is similarly, at this point, conjecture. Yes. It is conjecture based on fairly well understood mechanisms and theories, and those theories are extremely precise and accurate to experimental testing for many other things. So we say that we basically accept that Hawking radiation occurs, even though we haven't found it yet. But so far, our confidence is tilting towards it is quite possibly real. For gravitons, I think the confidence is a little bit lower.
Yeah,
quite a bit
lower. Way lower.
But it's not in the sense of it just is wild conjecture that has absolutely no backing behind it. There is some amount of theoretical work that is backing it. It's just it hasn't been fleshed out to the point to where we could say that this is the most prominent going theory. There are still many other options, and so until those get whittled down, we cannot say with more confidence than that to whether it's going to be a real thing or not.
And for everyone, it's not a bad thing. That's not a bad thing at all. Trust me, the debate wasn't to argue it was a bad thing at all. I think it's a great thing. It's what drives science to keep going.
I'm at the meeting to ask you about I never really understood your position there on when gravitons are found, therefore manipulating gravity, free energy, whatever other stuff you're implying from that. I don't understand how you make that leap. Can you elaborate on that?
Okay. So the way we have an understanding of gravity and we do this thing where we call when we use electromagnetic forces, excuse me, we call it anti-gravity. It's not for everyone. When the graviton situation pans out, it would be the anti-side of gravity that would be understood as well.
But
I don't know if that's
no,
the right
not
way of saying that.
necessarily. Not necessarily. When we're talking about a discovery of a fundamental interaction, it doesn't mean that that interaction therefore translates to you being able to do anything with it.
Okay.
Say, for instance, we know about neutrinos, right? Neutrinos have been hypothesized since about the 1930s. And it was in the 1950s, I think, was the first discovery of a neutrino. So there's about a 20 to 30 year gap between when they were first hypothesized until they were discovered. So it's been over a half a century since we've discovered neutrinos. We fleshed out that part of the theory, standard model of physics, fairly well. You know what neutrinos are useful for? Absolutely nothing.
Oh.
No, absolutely nothing. We can't use them for anything. Nothing practical in your life day to day depends upon the existence of the neutrino. It is a very important part of the process of things like nuclear decay and nuclear reactions. Yeah, we know about that. That doesn't mean that just because we discovered neutrinos that therefore they are useful for something. Similarly, it doesn't guarantee that because you've discovered the mechanism that drives gravity, that therefore you'd be able to do anything about it. You could just say, yeah, that's how it works. Cool.
Well, at that point, then at the best, it would be we can drive our
we can put
focus.
We can put it in the textbook.
Yeah, or we can drive our focus towards thinking about that. But yeah, okay, I get what you're saying now. So when I'm saying they find gravitons, it does not mean they can start manipulating.
Yes, there's nothing in there that guarantees that therefore you'd be able to use it for any practical application.
Okay, yeah.
Another example of that would be things like nuclear fusion. Nuclear fusion is extremely well understood, but the applications for it are extremely limited. Like we can't even make a nuclear fusion reactor which would actually produce power yet. It's proving an extremely difficult technical proposition, and that part of the theory is, comparatively mundane compared to even things like neutrino physics.
Wait,
and that's still nothing compared to gravitons.
Haven't they figured out how to? I'm probably not going to say this right. It's very layman. Haven't they figured out how to turn it on and off? They just can't stabilize it?
Yeah, so there are many technical approaches to nuclear fusion that have been proposed, and it is proving it's not so much a fundamental physics problem at this point. We know, what the steps are involved. It's more of a matter of like building a practical machine that was going to give you, it's going to be commercially usable. It's going to actually make money. And second of all, which is actually going to be able to give you net energy gain. And there were certain, experiments right now that are being done, which they claim they have. We've had like net energy gain, like we've gotten more chooch out of it than we've put in, but it's still very far from a practical plant. And the amount of engineering and the amount of complexity on the thing is making me very skeptical about it ever being a viable commercial proposition to build a new fusion power plant.
Wait, I just realized another problem with all that, right? Because that's just one part of it, right? The actual power plant itself. Our grid could never handle that. We'd have to rebuild everything.
No, it could.
Okay.
No, it could. At the end of the day, a fusion power plant is really just a boiling water kettle.
Grid doesn't know where the energy comes from.
Yeah, the grid doesn't care. It's running. The grid's being powered off a turbine. It's what drives the turbine, or what gives the heat to either the water or whatever you're using to drive the turbine. That's kind of the magical bullet here.
But wouldn't the output be a lot? No, because the output would be what they put out.
It's just the same power turbine, same thing.
Yeah.
So no, it's really just a matter of it's a ginormous engineering problem to make a power plant that is practicable and commercially viable. And I'm talking about technology that's been understood for like a century.
So do you think if money wasn't an option, we could do it? Like, you know what I mean? Like the facility would be way out of line. It would never make money. But is it possible?
Money is not an object even now, pretty much.
Okay, so
Like
it's literally
yeah. It's if you knew how much money has been spent on the ITER project, you would have your eyes water. It's somewhere in the vicinity of like $10 billion at this point. And the fucking thing is still not finished.
Yeah, and the other problem that you have is that there's some material issues. Like I was interviewing for a fusion engineer position actually a few months back, and you have to capture the neutrons. So there's like just talk about the tokamak reactor, and you have all these neutrons that come off of the reactor, and they need to be they produce a lot of the energy actually comes from these high energy neutrons, which can't be confined magnetically because neutrons don't have a charge, therefore they don't experience the Lorentz force. They still have a magnetic moment, so they experience a splitting force, which affects their precession, but that's a whole other thing. But basically, you can't trap them magnetically because they're not charged particles. So you have all these neutrons flying off, and you want to absorb them and then convert that into heat energy. And so you have these things that are called beryllium blankets, which surround the tokamak reactor. And those serve two purposes. The first one is that they capture the neutrons and convert it to heat energy. The second is that they produce tritium in a process known as beryllium breeding, which the other problem you have is that tritium is an extremely rare material that's only produced in like heavy water reactors, for example. And so you have this problem where it's like almost a chicken and the egg problem because there's not enough beryllium currently mined to even support, like, I believe even like one commercially viable tokamak reactor that would use this technology. And there's very, very little tritium. So it's like once you got the thing up and running, you can breed tritium in the beryllium, but you don't have enough beryllium to get the thing up and running, and you don't have enough tritium to get the thing up and running.
Can you find abundance of that in space?
Beryllium? I don't know. Probably not, because it's a very heavy element, right?
Yeah, beryllium is pretty much only here on. I mean, there's probably going to be some of it, but tritium is maybe a little bit easier, but yeah, it's going to be dispersed. And no, actually, no. Hang on, it's radioactive, so scratch that.
So, mining these things in space wouldn't solve the problem.
Not for tritium, no.
No, okay.
Tritium you have to kind of make in situ because it has a half-life of about 90 years. So after about 90 years in space, it's pretty much gone.
Yeah, and in majority of the asteroids that we have visual sight of have probably been around
billions of years, so there's none of it there.
Yeah, it makes more sense.
So
No, go ahead.
So yeah, ironically, correct me if I'm wrong, Sea Lion there, but doesn't tritium decay into helium-3?
I don't recall, but I think so.
That is a nuclear fuel that actually does have some practical application, but it'd be for a different type of reactor. It's still extremely rare, though.
Yeah, because I've been past few days been wrapping my brain around what materials is worth mining out of space. We kind of talked about that before, but it's becoming harder and harder for me to believe that they would want to mine space to bring stuff back. It's becoming more and more clear that it's not necessary. I think now and then projected technology would fix any issue that we have in that time frame from when it would work versus us just fixing it.
Yeah, not unless access to space becomes massively cheaper than it is right now, which for the foreseeable future is unlikely.
Yeah, especially if fucking SpaceX keeps wanting to go bigger. Have you ever guys heard of the what is it called? The Spears from Hell? Is that what it's called? It's a military weapon satellite that.
Oh yeah,
that
the
literally
rods from
shoots
God.
rods. Yeah, rods from God. I don't think that. I think they could have
Same
that.
idea.
I don't know how practical it would be. That's why I brought it up.
It's very
Well,
impractical.
the advantage though is that it I don't think it's all that practical, yeah. But the advantage is that it's a non-nuclear weapon,
With
right? A
nuclear,
precision
well,
strike weapon.
but I think
I don't
from
know
what I
that you
read,
could get nuclear effects with it.
no,
You could.
what I heard was the impact alone gives it a nuclear impact. It's just without the effects,
With a
the
large enough
fallout.
projectile, yeah, absolutely. It would
Nope.
be like an
It's
asteroid.
Yeah.
no, the rods from the gods would not have given enough yield, enough kinetic energy to rival a nuclear weapon. That you'd have to go a whole lot faster than that. The rods from the gods was about using inert tungsten rods as bunker busting penetrators, and the amount of kinetic energy they would have is essentially equivalent to their mass and it's their weight in TNT. But it's
Oh,
not.
okay. Okay.
Yeah, it's not nuclear level, and it's a highly impractical way of making a weapon system because if you count the amount of mass that would be required, the theory was that well with this kind of stuff you could strike any part of the world within
Mm-hmm.
I don't know like 10 20 minutes whatever you wanted basically. But the thing is you can basically achieve that with ICBMs anyway. You can get most of the way there. You can get if you position a submarine close enough, a submarine launched ballistic missile, you can hit a target in about 10 to 15 minutes anyway,
Yeah, but
anywhere on Earth.
one advantage would be it'd be undetectable.
An ICBM is just as undetectable. It's probably less detectable than those rods.
Well, the
Because,
rods wouldn't have any firing, right? It would just, well, it'd be like a split second. But
well, no, I mean, it's a spacecraft. It's going to be sitting in a spacecraft, and that spacecraft's going to be fairly large, and everybody's going to know about it.
yeah, but you
So
wouldn't be
as
able to
soon
see the
as
projectiles fall out of it because that's what it doesn't.
no, you
It's
would
not a
no, you wouldn't.
It's not a ballistic.
It is a projectile. Yeah, it absolutely is a projectile. It's a ballistic, basically a kinetic projectile. It's no
But that.
different. There's actually been projects about doing those just by using conventional ICBMs, literally just a rocket booster with a heavy mass payload at the end. The reason why it was never implemented was because it's indistinguishable from a nuclear payload. The only difference would be, at impact, it would be just an explosion
Yeah.
instead of a nuclear explosion.
Okay.
So the thing is, it could provoke a nuclear retaliation, even if it was just a conventional attack. So that's why it was never implemented on ICBMs. And it turns out pre-positioning a bunch of mass in space, that'd be a whole hell of a lot of mass you need to put in space. It wouldn't just be one satellite, by the way. That would not do it. You'd need hundreds upon hundreds of satellites to basically blanket the entire Earth. Because at any given point, you might not have a satellite in a suitable orbit to strike a spot on the Earth. It's fairly difficult. So you'd have to operate a fairly large fleet of the damn things. And at that point, the
or sit
cost
one
of
geocentrically, but then we'd see it and shoot it down because we don't like that kind of stuff pointed at us.
I mean, even in low Earth orbit, you'd know exactly where it is, and as soon as you start shooting at it, you're in a wartime situation. That's a different story. The satellite would just basically be in your low orbit or some intermediate orbit, and it'd just be sitting there, orbiting the Earth forever, until the command comes in, to release one of those kinetic projectiles, and then it would take around, depending upon the altitude and the target that you're aiming for, between about 15 to 20 minutes probably to hit a target. It takes a little while to get there, to deorbit.
It'd be like 90 minutes, right?
No, 90 minutes is a full orbital period.
Faster.
No, 90 minutes would be a full orbital period at low Earth orbit. Assuming that you had one of those things. I mean, if you want to hit the target that you just passed, then yes, it would probably be about 90 minutes. But if you were looking at like killing a target if you have enough of them, you kill a target that's, like 1/8 of an Earth circumference around, and then it would be, maybe 10 to 15 minutes to actually get the thing deorbited. But that would require a good amount of fuel. You have to basically decelerate the projectile so that it's not at orbital velocity anymore. Then it's going to re-enter at your point of choice.
I didn't even think
I mean,
about
that's
that
how you do
part.
it. You have to basically slow it down.
Yeah. Yeah, because if you shot one of these things off a rocket, it would be going faster than orbital speed. It would just start orbiting itself.
Yeah, no, it'd be orbiting at a higher orbit. You'd actually just send it out into space, further out. So that's not what you want. You want to decelerate to get down to Earth. And the amount of propellant you need for a massive projectile would be non-trivial. Especially, I mean, deorbiting is easy. Changing the orbital path laterally, so basically steering the thing left to right before you enter the atmosphere, that would be a little bit more costly. And that would basically then dictate how big of a footprint you could target with the system. And from that, you can derive, okay, so how many hundreds of satellites do I need with these things on them? And they wouldn't be small, by the way. Those would be like, you know, probably a 20 to 50 ton satellite if it had to have, like, I don't know, 3 or 4 of these rods, these telephone poles.
Yeah, exactly. Fucking huge ass rods. That is crazy. Just the thought of that is kind of frightening, though, because I've always said that I think there's always some type of truth in what they already use. I am very confident that they have satellites that can do stuff, whether it's direct energy or projectile, something like that.
Well, that's fairly known, isn't it? It's fairly known that it can be used for blinding adversary spy satellites and that kind of stuff. It doesn't really take all that much energy to blind a satellite, and that's useful.
I was thinking like more earthly, because like when they were like one of the roadblocks that's space-based energy or space-based solar has is who owns it.
What do you mean, like an ion cannon from Command and Conquer?
But I don't know that one. I don't know that reference.
You know, Totoro, that's where the Prime and Sea Lion Prime comes from, is from Yuri Prime.
Wait. You don't know about space-based solar power, Totoro?
I do.
Okay. I'm not boasting that they're doing it. I just think it's the worry of that technology is very real, because that's different than we're talking about fucking battleships with direct energy laser weapons. That's a whole different animal.
Well, space-based solar is a great way to make extremely expensive solar power.
More expensive.
Yes, I mean, solar power is already kind of pricey, but if you would like to tack on a couple of zeros at the end of the price, put it in space.
Yeah, well, that's what PG&E wanted or plans to do. Planning,
dude. That idea of space-based solar. I have a book from my childhood that was written in the 80s, and they were already thinking about it back then. I'm pretty sure the idea came from the 70s. Space-based solar is not new. It's been it always gets bandied about for about it's been bandied about for half a century, and every few years somebody pipes up and just says, "Why don't we just?" And as soon as somebody starts a sentence with "Why don't we just?" you know that inevitably what's going to be following that is probably a whole lot of bullshit or idiocy.
Yeah, but
the
project, the concept builds, I just think I want to say it's a place in Denmark that is building the panels. I'd have to relook it up though. But
again, the technology.
Elon Musk has talked about it. It being part of the Falcon Heavy, the reasoning for Falcon Heavy, the larger payloads and shit. I think once you start talking about those things, it's bigger and more possible than
Elon Musk,
in the 80s.
Yeah, Elon Musk is a genius at marketing old ideas that other people have already tried and failed at. I mean,
I'm pretty sure they were talking about reusing rockets 50 years ago, and guess who did it first?
NASA did.
What? Really?
What do you think the space shuttle was?
Not a rocket.
That is a rocket.
Is it? You can consider it a rocket. Holy shit.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a space plane specifically. It is a combination of an airplane and a spaceship. Yes, so and it has rocket engines on it.
Is the only advantage payload-wise?
The problem for
SpaceX says.
The problem for the space shuttle, not even payload-wise, the space shuttle actually could carry more. The problem was essentially the cost of the system, and the space shuttle had some engineering, I would say, compromises in it. Yeah, screw-ups, I guess you might say. compromises in it that inflated the operational cost of the system more. And even then, the proposition was kind of tenuous to begin with, so it wasn't entirely clear that it was going to pan out. But yeah, most of the space shuttle stack, if you didn't know, is actually reusable. So the orbiter with the main engines on it is reusable, and the boosters were reusable. They were fished out of the ocean and refilled with fuel and reflown. Many of the boosters had, at least a dozen flights in them before they were discarded.
I didn't know
the only thing that got discarded was that orange ET, the external tank. That's basically just just a metal box.
It just goes into
there was actually plans.
Wait, those tanks could withstand crashing back into the ocean, and they weren't structurally damaged.
Parachutes.
Yes.
They had parachutes.
They were not you mean the boosters or the external tanks?
Skinny.
The boosters.
Yeah. Didn't you see the video up and down a booster?
Yeah, that's how I know they use parachutes. I didn't know they didn't use it on the orange tank.
Yes, they have a parachute on it, and it crashes at a still non-trivial about 60 miles an hour into the ocean.
Oh damn!
But
Not
first,
that at all.
So yeah, it does get fished out, refurbished, and refilled with fuel and reflown. The problem was that at the end of the day, the system was still so complicated. They thought they were going to be flying the things every couple weeks. It turned out that
Weren't they planning on using it to launch satellites like 3 times a month? Like that was like the initial goal.
Yes, that's why they had 2 launch pads anyway. So they had 2 of those transporter erector launchers. I mean, it wasn't really a TL. It was more just the big, the tractor thing with the big tracks on it.
Yep.
And they had 2 of them because they were thinking that, as one is going to be launching, the other one is going to be already in preparation to launch in a week. So they thought it was going to have a fairly fast turnaround. The problem was that
was in preparation for the DoD having a shuttle too, right?
I don't think the DoD was ever supposed to have their own shuttles, maybe at some point, but the DoD co-financed the development because they wanted to use they basically wanted the shuttle to be America's primary space launching system, and it was supposed to bring the cost of launching payloads to space very far down to where it would be essentially no more expensive than like flying intercontinental on an airliner. Notice a trend there.
Yeah, that's why I know because I know one of the launch for the shuttle was built by the military sector. I'll say sector. I don't want to say military.
Yeah, so the shuttle was always meant to be able to service, all the launch needs of the U.S. government, including the military. So they had a launching facility over at Vandenberg Air Force Base in California.
Well, because some people may not know that the military DoD actually paid for a very large chunk of that project to make sure that they had privy to launches that they wanted, and more importantly, that cargo the cargo area, its specs met what they needed.
Yes, obviously. I mean, they were going to put up a bunch of money because they wanted to launch their spy satellites on it. Yeah. So obviously, that was going to be a consideration. Yeah. It was actually.
Go ahead.
It was actually one of the requirements of the DoD that ended up never being needed in operational use, but was complicated to design quite a bit. Is the space shuttle actually had somewhat larger wings and somewhat larger lift capability than it needed to, because the DoD needed, for some reason, they needed a single orbit, deploy, and land capability on the space shuttle to be able to place a satellite into a polar orbit and then land. So basically, the space shuttle would launch towards the south, typically, off of Vandenberg. It would launch, get into space, deploy a spy satellite, and before completing a full 90-minute orbit, it would re-land back, coming over from Canada, over top of Canada, back down to Vandenberg.
Yeah,
and for that reason,
the whole goal of that was, for people that don't know, was they thought if we could have no satellite, China, Russia primarily, or Germany, I'm sorry, they won't see our spy satellites. They won't know we have them there. But if we need them, we can instantly put them up there, and then they wouldn't see the shuttle, so they wouldn't even know we were up there in the first place.
Yeah, so there's, I mean, and that was one of the problems that drove a bunch of requirements for the shuttle, having a bunch of like cross-country gliding capability and the ability to like, it complicated the entire shuttle stack design, and it ended up never being used.
Good.
Because it was a bit of a dumb idea anyway. Like the whole shuttle was a bunch of full of compromises.
At that point, just throw up a fucking stratospheric balloon or something.
That's actually not really all that great,
No,
but yeah.
They'll be able to see it. It's too. I do know they use those in the middle of war and shit, but yeah, as a spy, no, definitely not. It's not a good idea to put a slow-moving target.
The problem with balloons is you kind of sort of can steer them, and you kind of don't really know where they're going to end up.
That's not
you
true.
Really can't.
Not anymore. Now they have 90-day programmable stratospheric balloons. They have a 90-day life, and they're programmable. They have jet stream avoidance.
Well, if you have a map of the winds, you can kind of sort of, the problem is you're still going to be carried along by the wind, wherever the wind's blowing.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
You can help it out a little bit by selecting the altitude you're going to be flying to where you hope you can end up where you want to end up, but it's not like a spy plane, right? It's not like you're going to say that I'm going to fly it like they did with the SR-71, like they flew a sortie to Libya, bombed a bunch of stuff in Libya, and then an hour later there was an SR-71 flight planned over the target to observe the effects of the bombardment. You're not going to be doing that.
Yeah, but the important part about it is that in the stratosphere, those currents are extremely more predictable. They're less turbulent is a better way of saying it.
It's in the upper atmosphere, winds are easier to predict, and they're actually kind of slower.
Yeah.
It's in the upper troposphere. It's in the upper troposphere where most airliners are, where you have the strongest jet streams. But yeah, it's still not an airplane.
No, hell no. Like I said, the primary use for stratospheric balloons for everyone else, I know you know, weather systems, topography mapping, maybe some local observations for some shit we're not supposed to look at. Wartime situations for communications. The Olympics, Beijing Olympics, they used it for communications. That's just
probably not put up stratospheric though. You're gonna put up something lower.
Yeah. But it came from the same Raven Aerospace that's the leaders in it. But that they used they used the same balloons. It's just you're right. They wouldn't put it in the stratosphere to be unnecessary. It'd get weaker at that point.
Yeah, quite a bit.
But they do use them for communications and all that good stuff. I wish they didn't call them artificial satellites because it sounds very weird when they do that. Because, I mean, all our stuff is artificial satellites.
Yeah, all our satellites are artificial, right? They don't grow on trees. All free range satellites.
Yeah, it is super weird that they fucking do that. Especially because I know so much about it because I really love geoengineering and weather modification and that Harvard test or Harvard geoengineering project they had. Their main use was going to be a stratospheric balloon type situation, so that's why I know so much about it. But as flat earthers finding out about it, that was for a long time. That was their argument for how satellites were, even though there's so much that destroys that, obviously.
Yeah. So SpaceX, where they claim we're gonna have everything rapid, reusable, whatever, they still haven't achieved it. The fastest I think they turn around a booster is about a week or two, which is pretty much also done by the shuttle already. Their cost per pound to orbit hasn't really changed in the last 5 years. So the reuse saves. They were claiming that with the reused spacecraft and further down the line in a few years, once we've perfected the thing, you're going to be able to get we're going to be able to get down the cost of launching a pound to orbit by a factor of 10 to 100. After this many years, it's only reduced by about 10%. And if you look at the fixed cost contracts that they're charging the U.S. government for the crew resupply missions and the crew missions to the ISS, it's actually about the same cost as the space shuttle.
So
it's not
realistically, all SpaceX has done is made it so that, quote unquote, we aren't paying the bill right away.
We're still paying the bill.
Yeah, we're still absolutely still paying the bill. But and the way it works with this is every year we're constantly paying our government, NASA, and at that point it was their quote unquote reasons for like raising taxes or budgets is a better way of saying that. Whereas with SpaceX, we're not lump summing every launch. We're not paying out.
Oh no, we are.
Paying...
No, we are.
Oh, we are.
Absolutely. Yes.
Oh, so this
it's a
really
fixed
is. So there's no.
This
benefit.
is basically space shuttle. Yeah, not necessarily no benefit, but it's not as much of a win as Elon likes to make it out to be.
Yeah, because I assumed it was going to be completely different. Like it was changing everything.
Yeah, no. If you look at the commercial contract that NASA negotiates with SpaceX, it is not like you're buying a rocket on the open market. Like you just go out and order a rocket a la carte. That's not how it works. You buy. They negotiate a fixed price contract. They're going to say that we're over the next 3 years, we're going to contract 12 launches from you. It's going to cost, I don't know, $1.5 billion. And for that amount of money, we expect you to fly, this many missions, and this is the launch schedule. That's it. So it's a fixed cost contract.
And the reason it's not getting any better, because I've owned a company and I know kind of how this part works. Basically, Elon is just constantly trying to make his rockets cheaper now, so he can make more money out of it. And it's not really.
I guess
becoming, it's not advancing in the same rate because he sold them the advance, but he's just cashing in basically.
Maybe that's one way you could look at it, sort of, somewhat. In a what's the word? That's the way you could view it if you want to be a pessimist. Another way you could look at it is you might say that he doesn't really have too many ways of shaving the cost down anymore, because there's still a rocket engine is still a fairly complicated piece of machinery. It's got to be precision engineered. You still have to employ a whole bunch of people, and those people draw American salaries. It's assembled in the USA. It's all made in the USA. So it's not like you can cost cut things like I'm just going to outsource this thing to China. That's not how that works. So it's still very expensive aerospace tech. And at some point, you will reach a bottom where there's not much more cutting that you can do. Like there's things you can optimize in the design and do that kind of stuff. But it's not so simple anymore.
Why? Wow. We don't even have a launch system confidently to put people in space right now.
Oh no, we do right now. Yeah, we do.
But why are we still using Russia?
We're not the West anymore. That's already. I think there might have been some outstanding launches. There might have been some outstanding launches that were contracted years before, but I don't think there's been any new negotiations. SpaceX is currently
because I heard
the only game in town in the West.
Because I heard they had severed ties when Ukraine started.
Yeah.
But then I had also heard that despite the war, they weren't going to sever ties. Yeah. So I guess the last I heard it was, are we going to sever ties? So I guess they did.
Right. I think there was a bunch of contracts and a bunch of missions that were already pre-agreed for many years to go. So those might have just simply been completed. And after that, it's basically the U.S. and the West is currently reliant on SpaceX. And that's kind of why everybody likes to sort of riff on Boeing, and Boeing are a bunch of idiots, and fully agree there. But at the same time, from a strategic point of view, it actually makes sense to have more than one launch provider. You don't want to be putting all your eggs in one basket. So that's why it makes sense to have more than one launch provider, such that if SpaceX has an issue, you can fall back onto Boeing. And if Boeing has an issue, you can fall back onto SpaceX. You can basically have two players in the market competing against each other. So you don't end up with a case where it's going to be something like a space shuttle, where the space shuttle was theoretically a government-owned project, but in practice it was operated by a whole truckload of subcontractors, all private, and they were pretty much sole source. And then what are you going to do? Well, are you going to not pay the contractor's price?
Yeah.
Because then means you don't have access to space. So the government pretty much just had to pay whatever the contractor asked for.
Yeah.
And
they
were not being nice.
I've actually had a military issued civilian contract for 15 years, so I actually know exactly how that works.
Yep.
To a T.
So,
and it's very interesting.
So even the government has interest in there being two fully independent commercial providers, to where they're going to be able to play off of each other, to where the government's going to be able to say that, okay, well, we've got two players here, but if Boeing starts jacking up the price, we're just going to go, okay, we'll give 3/4 of the launch schedule to SpaceX because they got a better price, and Boeing, you're just going to get 1/4 of the market, which motivates Boeing to avoid doing that kind of shit.
Mm-hmm. Until SpaceX and Boeing have a nice little lunch.
Yeah, I mean that's another one. It's just that's where you have cartel regulations and that kind of stuff.
Yeah. All right, guys, I gotta go and end this one out. I got some stuff to do at 4:30, so I'm cutting it short. I do appreciate it. You know how we do this. We're gonna do the 30-second thing. Sea Lion, you want to promote and talk and say for something for about 30 seconds to a minute? You can go last. Demon Stride.
Yeah, check out the website, medicinalmass.com. We have links for all the fun stuff we do. There's music on there. There's games you can play in your web browser. Come check out the server. Links for that are there as well. Yeah, and then, like I said, we got a open mic called the Shoebox Collective. It's every other Saturday. Come perform and have fun.
Thank you, sir. And for everyone listening after this, the links to his website and the Discord server will be in the description. Totoro, your turn, sir.
Well, I hope everybody's had a fun stream, and yeah, I'll talk to you later.
All right. Thank you, sir. Big Blue.
Yeah, everybody enjoy the weekend. Hopefully the rain will end one day.
The
hurricane's been giving us some rain here. But we needed it, so that's good, I guess. Anyway, good talking to you guys.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, always a pleasure, Blue.
Yeah, thanks for jumping on, and stay safe, my friend. You hear, Sea Lion?
Yeah, I fell asleep, actually. Sorry about that.
Yeah, no worries. You can do whatever the fuck you want.
I passed out to the dulcet tones of Totoro explaining space. Sorry, Totoro. No offense. Yeah.
No problem. I'm going to put together a tape of white noise of me talking to help you fall asleep.
There you go. It's something about your cadence. I don't know what it is. Following up, Sean, on the lens third thing, I guess just like with the original debate, I guess my only thing that I wouldn't want to, that I think we don't agree on, is that something has to be like observed in some sense, or we need to know how to falsify it in order for it to be reality. I think that in that case, it may be the case that it's not reality, and I understand I would be fine to call it conceptual, certainly. But to say it's not reality, I think is the stretch that I have trouble with. And maybe I didn't need to be super pedantic for 2 hours of the debate about that, but that's still kind of my view. So, because it's like, my belief would be, it's still there, right? If it was there, and we said it's not reality because we didn't observe it yet, that would be a category error. And that's how I feel about Hawking radiation. It's like, it could be the case that it's not there, but it could also be the case that it is. And we don't know at this point in time which of those statements has truth value. And I don't think there's any way a priori to know.
All right.
Anyway.
I promise you, at some point very soon, we will go through the debate. Actually, and,
yeah, fair enough.
'cause I think it'd be better to do it now, because I think now we're definitely closer on the same page with each other's argument.
Yeah, I agree.
So we'll do that. We'll do that soon.
Yeah, it sounds good, man. Just ping me whenever.
Yep, absolutely. And I do appreciate the super chats, man. And just know, I don't think it was worth it. Don't do it again.
I think it was worth it. I think it was fucking hilarious because of the build up and your assumption that I wouldn't do it. And then I did it.
Hey, you called my fucking bluff, and good on you. I will be wary if I ever play poker with you. Yeah. But I do think it's a good idea.
I'm a master poker player, like he says.
Oh wow. Shots fired. Pew, pew, pew. I would like to do that where we at Demon Stride. This is actually a Demon Stride creation. I'm not taking credit for it. The idea of having the debate without knowledge of who. I think.
Yeah, blind. It's called blind date debate, where you just sign up to debate for a position and you don't know who you're going up against.
Yes, I think that's a good idea.
Alan and Shane. It's too bad Alan and Shane, our crew, are such bitches, or we could get them into it. That would be fun.
There's so many out there, man, and trust me, I am not a asshole to flat earthers on purpose. Trust me, it'll pan out soon. Don't worry. And I think, I think with your server, Demon Stride setup and moderation, which is actually fucking kind of good. I didn't want to ever admit it, but I will. And the ideas of it, I think we have a good group to get some of this stuff really going.
Yeah, I agree. So, quick announcement on that. Marty and Jesse are going to do a debate. So that should be very interesting. Marty said probably not until next month he'll be available, but he did say that he's interested. So
okay, and that's another fucker who keeps asking me to come on the panel, or says he wants to join and hasn't yet. Step up, Marty.
Yeah, come on, Marty.
Guys. I got to get out of here. I do appreciate you guys being here, though. So,
all right, appreciate you.
Luego, guys. Get the fuck out of here. All right, guys. Absolutely, I really enjoyed this stream. Actually, I'm happy that me and Celine and Prime were actually able to have the conversation about this and it not be something ridiculous. I think we both are on the same page of what we were trying to say. He may not like it, but it definitely solidifies my win. That link is it's over in my live streams from Wednesday. Now that I got my days right, go check that out. I actually enjoyed it. I do enjoy a debate that isn't just a pushover. So I do appreciate and respect it. Any triggeredness that you guys see in that debate, it's over. Obviously, we're good, regardless of what he did. I think he has issues because what he did with LaeL. If you got here late, go back in the stream. Go back in the stream. Until you see LaeL, go back a little bit more and find out why LaeL's on my panel, even though I had banned him from my panel forever. Because holy crap! Thank you again, Sea Lion Prime. I do appreciate it, absolutely do. With that being said, guys, I actually gotta get out of here. I'm actually way late. And you guys know if I don't just do this, I'm just gonna ramble the fuck.
If they disagree with experiment, it's wrong. And that simple statement is the key to science. It doesn't make a difference how beautiful your guess is. It doesn't make a difference how smart you are who made the guess or what his name is. If it disagrees with experiment, it's wrong.
Yeah, look, they said that I couldn't do it, so I went and did it. W's only, you know I've been winning. Top of the world, the globe is spinning. If you know, I've been on a mission. Go. Okay, let's get it. Got a little time on my hands like a wristwatch. I don't got time for the brakes and the pit stop. Race through the gridlock, take it like Chris Rock. Right to the chin, still win. Heavy metals like Slipknot. Got the driving, I got tunnel vision. I just hit my stride the way I run the business. I've been making paper like I'm Dunder Mifflin. See the end game, I got one division. Look, I don't ever bother with a critic. Hit him with a chronicle of Riddick. Boom, bottle full of Ritalin. I hit him with a little bit of riddle me this, riddle me that. My bad, fell asleep at the gas. No time to wait though. Elon Musk, I'm trying to bankroll. New Tesla just cause I say so. Electric whip like Ivan Vanko. I just did it. W's only, you know I've been winning. Top of the world, the globe is spinning. If you know, you know, I've been on a mission. Okay, let's get it.
I've been on a mission like totally spice. I'm bad, she bad, but she totally nice. Deus a blue en het toos wil ik white. Ik kom niet met jou, dat is zo voor mijn lijk.